Hello everyone, welcome back to Ask a Scientist Gaming, where we combine mediocre gameplay with expert-level science. I'm Ken Hansen, Associate Professor in the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. I do all things light-matter interaction. But more importantly, joining me for the second time as a scientific guest is Professor Eugene DePrince. Eugene, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Hi, as Ken said, I'm Eugene DePrince. I'm an Associate Professor in the Chemistry Department at FSU. Started the same year as Ken. I'm a theoretical chemist, specifically a quantum chemist. So I don't actually go in a lab. I just play on a computer all day. That's basically it.
It sounds good. What game are we starting with?
We're going to start with Super Mario Bros. 2.
And you are a speedrunner of Super Mario Bros. 2, is that correct?
I am, except I don't have any records or anything like that. But we're going to get one tonight.
Tonight, the goal is to set a speedrun, not a world record.
I'm shooting for 224th place.
Which is last place.
Which is last place.
We're going to count it. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go ahead. It's all yours.
I think you need to set the timer. Start the timer.
When you press start.
Oh, okay. Ready?
Yep. There we go. So what is 224th place? What's the time?
Infinite. I just have to beat it.
All right. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up the exact number.
I feel like it was 19 minutes or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I really liked this game growing up. It was one of the only games I could beat, because it's actually super easy.
All right, so the world record is 8 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
The worst time on the board is 19 minutes and 41 seconds.
Okay, so we're going for...
Sub 19?
I don't think I'll make that.
Worth a try.
It's worth a try. Never say never.
Yeah, let's be optimistic here. All right. Setting the bar high, yes.
Yes.
That's what we go for. Thank you, Alex. You didn't do the floor glitch there? You're already 2 minutes behind?
Can you do that? I thought that... does that work in the little ROM thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it should work in the ROM.
I thought I had read once that whenever they make a new version of it, they remove whatever glitches they know about.
So all the ROMs I have are like the original versions.
That makes sense.
Like they're speedrun certified or acceptable.
Makes sense.
You're off to a good start.
I don't even know what a good time is for the first world.
All right. If anyone has questions for Professor Eugene DePrince, he's sufficiently warmed up that he's happy to answer them. See if he gets this glitch.
I doubt I will. We'll try, though. Ugh. There he is. Oh, okay. Try one more time. This is why I'm going to take more than 19 minutes.
No, that's fine. This is the warm-up round. We got 3 hours. You can beat this.
Somebody will continue watching me for 3 hours.
Well, I'll be here, because I have nothing else to do but drink and watch you play video games. There we go. Speed.
And it's already gone.
It's okay.
I don't want to go the long way, but I guess I will. Oh, there's an extra life. Glad I did that.
You just need to survive the first run.
That's true.
So for those of you that have been keeping track of the schedule, my original guest was supposed to be Jonathan Dennis from the biology department, who does DNA and chromatin and how it dictates folding in proteins, but apparently had conflicts in his schedule, so Eugene stepped in at the last minute. Like literally last night is when I messaged you.
Yes, but I have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I like playing video games.
Reese's Pieces opens with a great question. Thank you, Reese's Pieces. It's always a pleasure to have you, especially when you introduce questions like that. Are you ready for this, Eugene?
Yes.
What would academic Squid Game be? What is the competition? What are the penalties?
I guess this has to be tenure related somehow. And I think that's how academia basically works.
It's true.
18 bajillion graduate students and 1 faculty position. And you fight to the death.
I mean, qualifying exams kind of feel like a Squid Game.
Yeah.
Sat through a few of those this week.
I have 2 on Monday. I can't believe I have 2 in one day.
2, geez. They're 2 hours long each.
Presumably.
And 'tis the season. because they're not going to schedule it on Tuesday or Thursday.
What do
So
you?
Squid Games, we got to be more creative than this. What would be
I mean,
so Squid Games chose all the children's games, children's competitions.
okay.
So this would be like letter of recommendation based death scenes.
Or do we go with children chemistry experiments? So you'd have world class, I don't know, synthetic inorganic chemists growing crappy crystals.
Oh man. I mean, so I've heard stories about natural product synthetic chemists where like people like, the really big dogs in synthetic chemistry will tell 2 grad students the first one of you to make this molecule gets to publish. That's borderline Squid Games. Like, that's when you have...
Titrate to the death. I like it.
Yeah. Equivalence point accuracy. If you're more than 2% off, murdered.
Then that creepy doll shoots you.
That's watching you. So they do a double jump in this game. Have you seen that? Like it's air jump.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to do. Yeah, I can't even. I think you can jump twice if you're damaged, but I don't know how to do any of those tricks.
Okay. It's like a boot.
So you're watching like 8-year-old Eugene play right now. No tricks.
You're better than you used to be.
That is true. It's because all the free time I have.
We got really good at Mario.
You got really good at Mario.
No, we both got good at, like, compared to most of the human population, we are good at Mario.
Compared to most adults, yes. And even more children.
Heck yeah, I was going to say, how many kids are beating us on that scoreboard? Faithful Fairy, welcome back. Today's guest is Eugene DePrince, quantum chemist. He's happy to talk about all things physical chemistry, quantum mechanics. We even talk about quantum computing because he read the Wikipedia page today.
I read the whole page today, and I'm pretty sure I know less about quantum computing than I knew before. There's really not much information.
Aren't you literally funded in quantum computing?
No, not quite. See, that's what everyone thinks. Nobody pays attention to what I do. We have funding to develop methods that can model the systems that are could be components in quantum computers.
I see. I mean, that's in quantum computing. You don't make quantum computers.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how to actually run a quantum computer calculation.
I TA'd for an organic lab involuntarily, and 90% of the people fails some sort of crystallizations. So that's Squid Game level 1.
Involuntarily.
I mean, you kind of get chosen sometimes. No, Alex is TA'd organic despite not being organic chemist. Squid Games, that's a fun one.
Yeah.
You finished Squid Games?
Yeah.
No spoilers.
None.
Wow.
What?
That was nice. Do you model any biological molecules / interactions, or is physical chemistry just single atom Schrodinger stuff?
Oh man, that's a great question. So, unfortunately, I'm the single atom Schrodinger type person, but PChem, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
No, you got this.
PChem, there are like 2 types of theorists. There's stat-mechy people, which is what you're describing, and there's people who do
statistical mechanics.
Statistical mechanics. So people who do molecular dynamics simulations and have to worry about delta G's and all that fun stuff. So in our department, we have 2 theorists, 2 people who do only theory. That's me and Wei Yang. Wei Yang's the kind of person you're talking about who does the biological applications. But I'm like, my favorite molecule is H2. So...
So,
do you have any questions about H2?
Way above single atom, twice as big as single atom calculations.
Hey,
with that said, this week you submitted a paper on magnesium fluoride.
Which Ken has... No, did... Mike said it was an angry molecule?
Yeah, well, I called it angry. It's going to be unstable. Magnesium fluoride, not MgF2, but instead MgF, is not a happy molecule.
Well, that's irrelevant.
Calm down, Bronco. Welcome back. It's irrelevant if it's happy. That's
my calculations don't care about your feelings.
Yeah. You love H2, but you've calculated stuff for us.
Yeah, so most of what I do is on the method development side, and a lot of times proof of principle calculations can't treat like a protein, but we'll use established methods to treat the molecules that Ken's interested in.
So why can't they treat a protein?
Why? Because they're very, very, very expensive, and a lot of what I do is software engineering, and when you develop the first implementation of a code, it's not necessarily going to be a scalable implementation. So like a proof of concept paper might use a crappy version of the code.
Use the damage boost.
It's too late.
Ah! Oh! The death knell. It's fine. You got a 1-up. You're still okay. You want a rage emote for that one?
I'm so angry, yes. All of the rage.
All the Vanucci rage.
Is that when he rage quit?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Madden. He rage quit Madden. Nice. Redeemed. Redemption. I mean, so for fundamental development, you stick with small things, because in computational cost in your field means just number of turnovers on a computer.
Wait, start that over, because I was trying to read.
No. So
it's my first mistake.
You try to optimize a lot of code to make it as efficient and quick as possible.
Yes.
And implement new things in that. Have you seen the way to get over this?
I don't. Can you do it without Luigi? I've never. You like throw the
the potion bottle.
Potion and jump on top of it.
Yep.
I'm happy to go underneath like
That's flawless.
like an idiot.
But anyway, computational cost to you means what?
It means there's two different aspects: the number of floating point operations required to the number of times you have to add two numbers together.
Mm-hmm.
Or also the amount of memory that a calculation requires. And sometimes, like, they're both important, but sometimes the memory is much more important. Because if you have a big enough computer, floating point operations are free, but you can run out of memory. And then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So a lot of what we do is we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to minimize memory operations, minimize the amount of storage.
And there's standardizations in your field to what these mean and how you calibrate.
Yeah.
Oh, you're building a wall.
Oh, yeah. Safety first.
Yeah. It's not a speed strat, but it is a safe strat. So then you chuck it from underneath. Oh, no. I'm up there. Okay. I like it. Watching the defensive shield. All right, big spooky skeleton. Stat Mech was the hardest class I ever took. I can't imagine figuring out something with as many electrons as magnesium.
Yeah. That's why I get the big bucks. Stat Mech was I don't know. I don't think I had a particularly good Stat Mech class. But it was not easy. I don't know. Quantum mechanics, in a class, it's really hard. There's a lot of integrals and stuff like that, but a lot of it ends up just being linear algebra when you're doing the actual research, and then it's not so complicated if you know what linear algebra is.
Catching up. Sorry, I fell behind. I was watching you play. I'm invested. I want to know how long this takes you.
Well, I'm already not beating the world record.
That's true. You're 3 minutes slower. 4 minutes almost. We got distracted by Squid Game question, which is excellent. That one will come up more than once. Should be NARC based. Anyway, as a boring peptide synthesis person before, I've always been jealous of computational folks able to not smell DMF. That's fair.
I mean, that's part of why I decided to become a computational chemist rather than an experimental chemist, because what? How did they climb from... Anyway, I really did not enjoy organic lab. I hated the smell. Felt like I was getting cancer the whole time.
It may be true. I'll let you know in about 20 years.
Actually, I'm not even sure if do I need to stack these? I don't remember.
I think you need one.
Okay.
I think Luigi can make it, but Princess can't.
God. This is gonna be the end of me.
This is where it is. This is the end.
Oh, I didn't need to bring it with me. That was the problem. I'm a fool.
How often do you read research? This is from Reese's Pieces. How often do you read research by computational mathematicians?
Not very often, but there are some important papers that cross fields, So there's one, like, super important paper for one specific project we have, and, like, honestly, I don't understand a word of it. It's this totally incomprehensible mathematical physics paper.
What I love about that, and this is a systemic issue in chemistry in many fields, is that the things people come up with in mathematics and statistics don't get applied until 30 or 40 years later. So like a paper from the 1930s in mathematics or statistics will be a major breakthrough in chemistry, even present day chemistry, just because we don't know about it, right? So how do you stumble upon those papers?
I don't. I wish I knew how. Usually someone else stumbles upon them and I'm following the curve. My PhD advisor was really good at finding math papers like this. He works with a class of methods that... Wait, I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. I think I'm supposed to go all the way. Anyway, he worked with a class of problems that involved what are called semi-definite optimizations. And so he's always pulling weird new algorithms from math community, and then it's a breakthrough in chemistry because you can do calculations you couldn't do before.
I mean, so does he like keyword search that?
Oh,
you did it. I was wondering if you're going to do the wall glitch. So you can clip through, you just got to jump over, right?
Yeah, and there's a way that you can go down and not have to go... See? So if you go...
I see, drop directly.
Yeah, and then you don't have to fight the dude.
Oh, because the key pops out. I see. You can duck under those.
Don't mess with me.
I'm helping you. We're all friends here. Until we play NARC.
And then we're not friends?
Nope, then it's speedrun challenge. Alright, Calm Down Bronco wants to know. Are there obvious things in your field that quantum computing would be more efficient for?
Yes. Or am I supposed to elaborate?
I mean,
that was
it's
my
up
joke.
to you. Do you want to be?
That was my joke.
Do you want to be a good guest, or do you want to suck at this?
I don't want to brag, gang, but I'm almost at the very end. So yes, there's a bunch of problems in my field. Like the way to solve. How do I say? I gotta play the game. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's got to focus. This is a high stress endeavor. So it's this, and then the vegetable guy, right?
Yep.
Nice.
I might beat 19 minutes.
Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your butts.
You're witnessing history.
In the life cycle of Eugene DePrince, this is a historic moment. It's weird seeing people be competent at games on here. We got believers. Oh, we should have set up a prediction for this. Will Eugene beat his previous, or beat 223rd place?
Yes. I don't know. I still got to hit him 4 times. Without getting hit.
One hit. Yeah. Nice.
3 more.
Nice. Catch it. Pressure's on, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Ask a Scientist Gaming. Enjoy your standard internet units with the symbol Xi, which Eugene actually came up with.
Oh! No! I'm not done?
One more. I don't know the number of hits.
I thought it was 6. Maybe that was only 5.
Is that it? Holy crap.
So I think... I don't know if it ends when I go through the door.
Yeah, it's when you lose control.
Come on.
Holy crap.
Good night, everybody.
1725 right off the bat. GG's for Dr. Eugene DePrince. 223, is that what he's at? Alex, did you look it up? That's amazing if that's true. Let me see. SMB 2. No results.
I think if you didn't have the space, it would have shown it.
Super Mario Brothers 2. Where are you? Alright. So you had 1720. I'll have to look up the official timing. But 1725 puts you at 222nd.
That's amazing.
He beat 2 people on his first try.
Take that, Sancho Panda.
I think this is the first speedrunning PB we've seen on this channel. So expert science and expert gaming. Yes. Well done, Dr. Eugene DePrince.
Now I don't know what to do. Back to the quantum computing question.
Play it again and get a better time. You're warmed up.
All right.
Let's do it.
There's no way.
No way you're going to do better than that?
There's no way.
You screwed up a lot.
That is true.
I saw a tweet the other day that was like, did you make a new molecule or a Russian state secret molecule? I don't know what that means.
What's a Russian state secret molecule?
I don't know.
I do have army money.
Oh, gambling time. Will Eugene beat his time? What were you at? 1724? All right.
Something.
Will he beat 1725?
So people are going to have to wager and then sit around for 20 minutes?
Yes, and they're going to like it. We're going to do... So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, standard internet units, have them ready. If you're not following, click follow, get your 300 standard internet units, and bet them all on this. Will Eugene beat his personal best time of 1725? Is that your personal best?
I have no idea.
As far as you know, it's the first time you've timed it?
I feel like I did it in 14 minutes once a long, long time ago.
Wow.
But
all right, throw your bets in there. Do you believe or not? Not a science question, but a gaming question. I mean, you did good. You were answering questions and playing, and
so now can I ignore everybody?
you can't.
I don't think I should do that.
So
I'm trying to think of how to answer the quantum computing question because, and Ken, maybe you can help me out.
all right.
What does that mean?
That's just
Social media.
links to our social media.
So the way to do a quantum calculation exactly is very, very computationally expensive. Like it scales factorially with system size. So if 2 to the n is the scaling roughly. So as n, the number of electrons gets bigger, the cost of the calculation explodes. So doing a calculation like that, you can treat something like 18 electrons and 18 orbitals, or 20 electrons and 20 orbitals, which is not very much, right? But a quantum computer can do that type of calculation in what's called polynomial time. So instead of 2 to the n to some power. So anyway, you could do, there's very real applications in chemistry. So that's why a lot of theorists are moving towards doing quantum computing applications.
All right, you have about 30 seconds. Throw your guesses in there now or your predictions.
I probably just ran everyone off with that.
Will Eugene, they're all gone. Will Eugene beat his time of 1725 with his second round at Super Mario Brothers? Keep in mind, if he dies, that is a no. They believe in you. The audience has faith. Believers.
I think I died twice, so I should probably do better.
You might want to get a 1-up just in case. But the audience believes. No, I think your explanation was reasonable, right? I mean, because there was a news story recently that someone came out with a record processor with like 127 qubits or something like that.
Yes, that was like this past week, right?
Yeah. And if you can effectively harness that or use it in a computationally effective way, it's like, it would be better than having a traditional computer made out of all the atoms in the universe or something like that.
So from the exact method point of view, every qubit you could think of as an orbital. And so if you had 127 qubits that you could actually use all of them, you could do an exact calculation on a 127 orbital system. So every qubit has in a normal computer, you have zeros and ones. On a quantum computer, you have 0, 1, and anything in between, and complex values as well. So you can think of it like an occupation of an orbital.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you could represent a 127 orbital system.
All
But
right.
even that's not enough though, because there's no error correcting. So there are error correcting codes that use qubits. So you waste 5 qubits to make 1 logical qubit, but it can correct errors.
Oh, I see. So that's where the if you can use all 127 exactly and efficiently, but we're nowhere near that. All right, Calm Down Bronco has redeemed Take a Drink, and the audience believes in you. Eugene, cheers.
Cheers,
Thank
Ken.
you for joining us. What are we drinking tonight?
I'm having a see-through High Life.
See-through highlight. All right, there it is in chat. There we go. Cigar City. They're in Tampa. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, I think.
All right.
All right, am I playing?
Game on.
Okay.
Calm Down Bronco is sabotaging.
The start button?
Oh, Bronco's the one that voted against you. Yes.
Oh, that's a smart
bet. Go. All right. I'll double check again if that's the time.
We should have kept track of my splits.
I lie. We're going to do this. Just go full-blown speed running. Are we listed in gaming right now? I don't actually know. For retro gaming. Do you feel pressure?
I do.
This is stressful. All right, throw your questions in there right now. Bronco's trying to sabotage by getting you to drink more. Wait until they bombard you with like 35 drinks and factoids requests and questions. Ask questions.
If I knew how to do the damage boost thing, I would.
Ask Eugene about orbitals.
Oh, don't get me started.
Tell him about the orbitals.
Orbitals don't exist.
I'll let you focus. I'll let them ask the questions. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about quantum computing, quantum chemistry, physical chemistry, general chemistry 1.
Gen Chem 1, yes, sure. The orbital part.
You've taught that.
Yeah, a long time ago. It was probably like 2015 was the last time I taught it.
Oh, it's a fun question. What's spin?
What is spin? It's an intrinsic angular momentum. It's an intrinsic property of particles, like a mass or a charge, meaning it can't change. So
can you think about it in the traditional sense of spin? Like a top spins?
No.
So why do they use the word spin?
Because it's hard to think about a intrinsic angular momentum without thinking about, you know, a classical thing that spins.
That was pretty nice.
Here we go. Look at those speed strats.
Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
That was pixel perfect.
Was beautiful. How much time did that save you?
At least a minute.
Wow.
Didn't have to go get the key.
The spin question distraction 1. Keep asking him questions. It's helping out. Sorry, Bronco. He's looking for a 17-to-1 payout on this one. If I remember correctly, he's the one that's gaming the system where he'll always bet against the positive odds.
Contrarian.
So Jim Fadul had the highest payout we've seen, and it was something like 212-to-1. The question was, when did they add hops to beer? Was it 700 BC or 700 AD?
I don't remember 780.
Yes.
I don't remember if I saw that on your Ask a Scientist, or one of my neighbors has a Driveway Jeopardy. It might have been on.
That's awesome. What is spin?
It's an intrinsic angular momentum.
Yeah.
There's a long question about quantum computing, but I won't let it distract me.
I'll read it to you, don't worry. You focus. Wait, Faithful Fairy, you're going against your own best interest by asking this question. Those imaginary internet points are very important. All right, I remember reading somewhere quantum computing is solving multiple variables, the quantum bit number, function instantly. Like it fits into a complex orbital where the qubits are automatically set to the solutions. Since the quantum talk stopped showing up in the news, I assumed it's bogus.
So that's not quite right. So the quantum computer can represent the exact answer, but at the end of the day, you have to do an experiment to be able to. There's like so much real, actual quantum mechanics cooked into this. Where should I start?
Yeah,
a long time ago, in a starry night in Greece.
Look forward to hearing where this goes.
So, in quantum mechanics, I'm actually going to start at the beginning. In quantum mechanics, you have anything you could measure in a lab. In a lab, has an operator associated with it. So, like, if you want to think about measuring energy, there's an energy operator. If you want to think about measuring angular momentum, there's an angular momentum operator. And anytime you take a measurement, you'll only ever see certain values of the energy that are related to that. Oh man, I just messed that up. All right, who bet against me?
That's fine. You saved a minute already.
Yeah.
Now you're back to full health.
Now I'm depressed. So anyway, so there, on a quantum computer, whenever you measure the energy of the state you've prepared, you're going to see one of these values. And if you take many, many measurements over like a whole bunch of states that are prepared exactly the same way, you'll end up with some average value eventually. But you have to do like 10 gajillion experiments to build up that average. And there could be noise, and there could be errors, basically, in those measurements. So you have to account for that in some way too. So there's nothing instantaneous about it. You really have to do tens of thousands of measurements to get an answer.
And that's a fundamental problem, not just a current problem?
No, I mean that's how the devices work.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get past that guy without the damage.
As an experimental person whose job apparently will be taken by AlphaFold, I appreciate the you need experiment part so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to think about AlphaFold.
What's AlphaFold?
It's a AI for finding protein structures.
Mm.
And it's really, really good at doing that.
Like better than humans good?
Oh yeah. Like there are competitions where people...
Oh no. Is it the alcohol?
It's the alcohol. It's the half a beer I've had. There are competitions where teams try to find protein structures for a bunch of... find the folded states of a bunch of protein structures.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure AlphaFold is better than...
So that's machine learning and AI?
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know all that much about this.
I mean, so why is that such an interesting problem? Like, why is
protein
folding
folding?
protein? Yeah.
I think because the energy landscape has so many... It's complicated.
I mean, so it's the flexibility of the proteins plus the... just the complexity of the folding process.
And I guess zillions of local minima. I don't know. That's not my field, so I can't really say too much. I do love speculating, though, and just making things up.
That's fine. It's what we do for a living. So you can grab that right away.
I don't want to do that. I've already died twice, Ken.
That's true. And you don't have an extra guy?
I picked up one.
Okay. So you have 2 left?
Ooh.
No, 1 left. Pressure's on. Broncos, negative bet. See how this unfolds.
I mean, that's the bet I would have gone with.
Self-deprecating bet. It doesn't matter. You got a good one out of the way. You will be on the board.
Not just on the board, not at the bottom.
Not at the last place on the board, yeah. You ever looked at the Super Mario Brothers, the bottom of the SMB 1 leaderboard?
No. It's like 8 hours.
Hour and 30 minutes or something ridiculous. Did you see the record got beat, the Super Mario Brothers record?
I did not.
Yeah. 3/100ths of a second.
That's crazy.
Miniland took it back.
How many frames is 3/100ths of a second?
1 frame. And so it wasn't even a frame rule, it was the last level. He just did it faster.
Oh yeah, there's no frame rule on the last, it's just touching the hammer.
Yep. It's just how fast you turn it around.
Yeah, I never got quite as good as you. Not even close.
Well, you didn't commit to save states. Seems impressive having the slowest run. You're playing it safe, too. Have you ever actually tried speedrunning this? Like, practiced any of it?
No. Okay, so that guy killed me last time.
Yeah. So you earned your time back. Nice. Slowest run. So, the guy that used to be the leader on Super Mario Brothers, Cosmic, he did a run of Mario Brothers where he tried to do it as slowly as possible. That included taking damage every time you got a health, because that takes frames to do. It's not fun to watch, I wouldn't recommend.
So he just hangs out until the timers run out?
Yeah, he literally stands by the flagpole, and then when he gets it at 6, because it takes longer.
Yeah.
So, fireworks plus the extra time, plus the deaths. Yeah, it's an optimization problem, but not a particularly fun one. All right, to anyone just joining us, my guest today is Dr. Eugene DePrince. He's an expert at quantum mechanics, computational chemistry, theory, physical chemistry.
Apparently Super Mario Brothers 2.
Super Mario Brothers 2, he's not the worst in the world. He's in fact the 223rd best. I mean, that's pretty amazing though. Like, this game has been out for 30 plus years, and you are one of the best in the world at it. It's probably played by upwards of a couple million people. So did you see that? How when you pick it up, it goes through you?
I know about that.
Yeah.
I only cared because I only had to hit... Oh, that was stupid, though, because I forgot about this. Play it safe!
Not speed stratting. So, Eugene is actually the reason that I got into speedrunning video games. That was literally the first time I'd even tried speedrunning.
Yeah.
But, yeah, pre-COVID, we used to have like a young faculty gathering, which we are no longer young, but we were back then. This was what, 6 years ago? Something ridiculous?
A while back.
No, it's
Pre-children, so yes.
Is it pre-first child or second child?
Definitely before my first child.
Yeah, okay, so it would have been 4 years ago or something like that. And I collect Nintendo games, and I played a lot of Nintendo, never speedrun any of them. And I brought it over because me and Eugene get drunk and we play Mario sometimes. And I left early and left you with the Nintendo. And we struggled the entire night to beat 8-4 on the original Mario. And Eugene would send me text messages as, I made the jump on 8-1. I beat it in 13 minutes. And then I beat it in 11 minutes. And then that started the battle.
And then, long story short, Ken is way better than me. Oh, come on.
So, I think the key to why I was better at that is because I committed to the, like, strategies right away. So if anyone's gonna be interested in speedrunning, you might as well learn some of the hard strategies right away, because if you learn the easy one... Oh, no, is that it? One more. One more, ladies and gentlemen. So you've lost time and lives. You only died, what, twice last time?
Yeah.
Oh, that was veteran. Well done.
Well, now I know I don't need the stupid mushroom.
You can make this jump out. Oh.
I'm an idiot. No, I don't
them.
need to take it with me, is all I mean. I was trying to take it with me for some reason.
Yeah. Alright, Faithful Fairy. For protein structures, it's often too hard experimentally. Crystallography is basically black magic, so is cryo-EM sample prep. I've tried some computational folding like Rosetta, and that software is sweet as cryptic.
I lost.
No. Oh no,
I can continue,
ladies
right?
and gentlemen.
Wait,
no.
I can continue,
No,
can't
you
I?
don't get to continue.
There's a continue button.
Oh man. We did not establish the rules here. Does the continue count? I guess it does. The time is still...
I have to beat this whole stupid... There's no way I'm going to beat...
17 minutes? Alright. Bronco, if you get screwed out of this, I apologize. It's Eugene's fault. A big spooky skeleton. Do you need a rage for that?
Yes.
Parents a rage and a sad face. We need to have a Eugene DePrince sad face emote. Make your face right now on the green screen. Aww.
Alright, what were you saying? For protein structures, something.
Well, I mean, when you're trying to solve a protein structure, your options are cryo-EM and crystallography. Both are non-trivial ways of solving structures. And the comment was about computational folding software like Rosetta. That's the software suite is cryptic. I don't know if that's user-friendliness or that's nice. Playing it safe.
The software is what now? Cryptic? What?
Yeah.
In what way?
I don't know. What do you mean by cryptic, Faithful Fairy? It's written by someone like Eugene, not user-friendly. Is your stuff user-friendly?
Yeah.
No, it's all... You have to do it in, like, VI.
No.
Text-based?
Yes, so I contribute... Well, most of my code I write as an interface to something called Sci4. And there's no native GUI for that. You could use a program called WebMO to build molecules and stuff. So yeah, you need a text editor to build input files, but the specific editor doesn't have to be VI. Okay, what do I have, 3 minutes? There's no way.
Alright. Well, Believer's still got a bail. We'll see if it actually comes through. Alright, anyone that has questions for Dr. Eugene DePrince? He's folding under the pressure, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as the prediction went live, he couldn't deal with the stress. We've not used any of our other predictions. So those are anyone that's joining us now. It's original guest was supposed to be Jonathan Dennis, a biologist that studies protein folding and how chromatin dictates that, but had a scheduling conflict. So at the last minute, Eugene DePrince kindly stepped in to take over and play some Super Mario Bros. 2 while answering questions about protein or about quantum mechanics. Ask him about proteins, see what he says. Folding proteins.
I won't say much.
Chromatin, DNA. I don't know how that glitch works. Does you just jump up past the wall and that's it?
Yeah, I don't know. You clip into it somehow.
And here's the...
So if you look down there, he doesn't have the key.
Yeah.
But I don't know how, like, I always get pushed up. I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Nice.
And I know I could do this a lot faster. Oh. Ugh.
I didn't even look up Doki Doki. What are the records on that?
Probably a lot slower because you can't run.
I made a lot of weirdo protofibril folding models with Rosetta. None of them made sense. You ever thought about doing protein folding?
No.
Does that intrigue you at all? Statistical mechanics? It's
Nope. I don't know why.
It's just simply
It's just not interesting to me.
So quantum is your
It's
thing.
my jam. Electrons are my jam.
I mean, it's just a weird, like, statistical mechanics arguably makes more sense than quantum mechanics, right?
Yes. Woo!
Oh, nice.
Okay, I have 1 minute.
Pressure's on, ladies and gentlemen. Someone request take a drink.
I can't. It's cheating.
How's that cheating? That's the rules.
Ah!
Oh no. Can you get 2 in there?
I don't think so.
1 hit and you're dead, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Is anyone else as stressed as I am right now?
Ah.
1 minute, 5 hits to go. Oh. Keep in mind the end screen animation took like 10 seconds.
Oh, come on.
Oh no. 17-1 payouts looking pretty good right now. Oh.
What's the time?
Oh, no. Oh, he's throwing it.
Yeah.
He's throwing the game. Sorry, believers. Oh.
That was it. That was close.
Oh.
I'm still gonna beat it because I'm proud.
All right. GG Bronco. Oh, that's just insulting. Choose an outcome. Will Eugene beat 1725? Sorry, Alex. That's what you get for being a believer. The answer is no. Calm down, Bronco gets a 17-1 payout. Congratulations.
I can't believe anyone said I would.
Skepticism. 4 people said you would. Big Spooky Skeleton regrets being an optimist. You have made people jaded tonight.
I'll give him another shot.
Yeah. That's fair. Oh, calm down, Bronco has requested take a drink.
So I owe 2 now, yes?
Yeah. Well, no, it's just 1. And Alex Rob requested take a drink.
I skipped 1. So now do I have to do 3? I don't understand how this works.
Yeah, let's do 3.
I don't understand math.
I already finished this beer. You're still good?
I'm good. I mean, you could get me one.
Pour one out for the believers, GG.
I know that I'm supposed to communicate with you guys while Ken's gone, but I am stressed out. So I'm just gonna sit here and play my game. Probably should have used that quantum computing to reevaluate that bet. Yeah. Boo. You have to take like 10,000 measurements. Nobody has any questions about orbitals or anything like that? You've all been lied to in Gen Chem. It was like 1850 or something like that. Very sad. Tell you about orbitals. They're not real. Think about that.
So tell me what an orbital is.
An orbital is a wave function for one electron. Like if you solve the Schrodinger equation for a hydrogen atom. And so when you learn 1s, 2s, 2p, all that in Gen Chem, those are orbitals. But an orbital is a one electron wave function. So if you talk about an orbital in a many electron atom or molecule, it's not real, Ken. There's no such thing
Never
as an orbital
real.
in a many electron system.
All right, you're gonna try again?
I'm gonna try one more time.
All right. It was all a dream, Eugene. What just happened? Why did that jump all over the place? You are giant. I don't know what's going on.
There's also...
Yeah. I'll fix it.
I'm tiny now.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what
I mean,
happened
they're there. It's just their orbitals don't exist because they're one electron wave functions, but it's a many electron system. That's all. They're like saying the wave function looks like a product of orbitals is an approximation. It's a good approximation, but it's still an approximation. That's your Joker moment? Uh-oh.
I mean, if you're going to have a Joker moment, it might as well be that.
I'm picturing flipped over tables in many, many homes right now.
People are so angry. You've broken the rules, Eugene. All right, you ready?
Yeah, so let's watch the same thing again.
All right. Same game. Round 3.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Game start. All right, let's do one of your other predictions because we're 45 minutes in. Which one do you want to do?
Marathon.
Marathon.
Is that a prediction? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is not related to science, but fun nonetheless because we're learning about the life and experiences of my guest, Dr. Eugene DePrince, who is a runner and a pretty avid runner, actually. How much do you run a week?
I don't know. Between 15 and 20 miles.
Between 15?
Not nearly what I used to run. I ran 4 miles today. It's pretty good.
It's not bad.
For an old person.
All right. So you used to run marathons. Or
Singular.
a marathon.
I ran a marathon.
A marathon. So the question is, what was Eugene's time in running that marathon?
Look at
Was it soft locked? Oh.
Ugh.
Was it greater than 3 hours and 30 minutes or less than 3 hours and 30 minutes? I should have taken Kevin's advice from the office that you always bet on towards the ridiculous payout. I think it works on this stream more often than not, actually.
I have 0 internet points that disagree with you.
Oh,
I lost them all the
bet
last
them all?
time I watched you.
What question
No,
was it?
I don't watch anymore. Oh, it was the Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Oh, yeah. After
Where-
you didn't believe Roper was going to last for 30 seconds.
Yes, and I still maintain that he did not last 30 real-world seconds, even though
Did.
you said
I
he
double-checked
did.
it. I went back to the footage. All right. Do quantum mechanics cause you to change size when you're streaming on Twitch?
Yes, that is a quantum
No.
mechanical effect.
Is Ken fucking up the
like dispersion.
OBS software? That was a nice one.
Woo, clean as
So
clean can be.
Yeah, stay high. That was much better. Ran it in 26 minutes.
I wish. The old 1 minute mile.
I mean, so quantum like, I'm a pseudo-physical chemist, right? I publish in physical chemistry journals regularly, but I do a very,
You masquerade as one.
applied version of physical chemistry. I use it to describe energy and electron transfer. And one of the reasons I haven't dove deeper is that quantum mechanics is not an intuitive thing. It's uncomfortable and it's unusual and it's like we have evolved to exist on a certain plane of understanding that's mostly classical physics. And then
Right.
you go to quantum and none of that applies.
I agree with everything you're saying.
And you're comfortable existing in that space.
Yeah.
Like duality of waves and particles and
Things get weird when things get small.
things get weird when things get small. That is the best summary of quantum mechanics. I mean, so like when I learned about the 2-slit experiment, it just blew my mind, right? Because it's not just when you're looking at it, it changes. It's if you look at it and then look at the outcome, it will have changed, right? And I mean, what other weirdnesses are there?
Well, today in my grad quantum class, we started to talk about spin. Do you know the experiment that we talk about in, I don't know, undergrad PChem that indicates the existence of spin?
No. There's a specific one.
Yeah, it's Stern-Gerlach experiment. You have a collimated beam of silver atoms zapped through an inhomogeneous magnetic field. And if those atoms have some angular momentum, they have a magnetic moment associated with them, and they get perturbed up or down. And so what they were looking for was whether or not what's called space quantization is a thing, which is where you could have only certain angular momentum vectors. And they confirmed that space quantization exists, but they thought it was orbital angular momentum, and it was actually spin. But spin wasn't even hypothesized to exist. This was in like 1922. Which is kind of crazy because the Schrodinger equation... Hey! Prediction! What year was the Schrodinger equation?
Wait. We'll solve our prediction right now. How fast did you run a mile? Or a marathon, sorry. A mile.
3:26.
3:26, so under 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is an excellent time. What's qualifying for Boston
It was
Marathon?
3:10. Thanks for bringing up a sore subject. I cried afterwards because I didn't make my 3:10.
Did you really? You were upset?
I cried mostly because of the physical exhaustion, but yes, I was pretty
The
upset.
emotional exhaustion counts too.
It's rough, man. It's
that's
hard
devastating.
to run that far.
Man, that's pretty crazy though. A sub 3:30. You ever thought about doing another one?
Yeah, back when I did this, I had wanted to do there were 5 majors and now there are 6, or there were 4 and now there are 5, whatever. I had done the Chicago and I wanted to do the other major ones, but I just, life gets in the way. It's kind of hard to run 14 miles when you have 2 children and a job.
And so if you hit that time, you're automatically in, or you're in a lottery?
I don't even know how it works.
Because it can't be everyone that hits that time, right? That's too many people, presumably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or you have to place at a major thing with that time or something?
Yeah, I really don't know how it works. I just know for my age at the time, 3:10 was the qualifying time.
And you were emotionally invested in a 3:10 time.
And so I did the Chicago Marathon, and you go through all the weird neighborhoods in Chicago. When I first started to hit the wall, what had happened was I had a calf cramp and I couldn't get rid of it. It was awful. And so I stopped and I was stretching, and this woman who, I don't know what language she was speaking, it was not English, and she insisted that I eat the baked potato that she had. I did not want to eat the baked potato. What is happening? What?
Oh no.
I did not want to eat the baked potato, but I eventually ate it so she'd go away.
She just gave you a random baked potato?
Yeah, I was like, I can't digest this in the amount of time that would be useful.
Wait, was she handing it out to more people, or was it just you?
I think she was there to help generally, and I was the lucky recipient of her baked potato.
I'm going to throw an OSHA up on that one. That's, did it help? Bronco wants to know.
It didn't. I tried to tell her. It didn't help.
That's a lot of weight to add to your belly during a run.
Like I couldn't walk. I was stretching. She wasn't going away.
That should have been a prediction. How many baked potatoes did Eugene eat during a marathon? Less than 1 or equal to 1?
That would have been much better.
Yeah, that's amazing. So Bronco has a follow-up on this discussion. I'm planning to run a marathon next summer. Any advice? Do it before you have kids.
Do it before you have kids, when you have time to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a hard thing to do. Let's start with half marathons. I really like half marathon as a distance.
That was close.
My best half marathon was 83 minutes or something like that. It's like 6:20 something pace. So to do a race like that, I think anyone who can run 5 miles is capable of doing a half marathon. For marathon, I don't know. Read some training guide.
Don't listen to Eugene.
Don't listen to me.
Eat potatoes. Have pocket potatoes while you're running. Man, that lady she embedded in your memory for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, I will never forget that.
That is a life experience. You can't recreate. No one believes you.
No one believes you.
It's one of those things so absurd I don't think you're creative enough to make it up.
I'm not.
It's just so amazingly. Or you hallucinated? Is it possible you hallucinated?
It's possible. Oh, what have I done?
What?
I made her jump.
Oh. Are you having fun playing Mario 2?
I am.
It's been a while.
Dream potato lady. Man, you know what speaking of dreams, I was asking Ken right before we started if he knew anything about sleep paralysis and sleep paralysis demons. I cannot stop thinking about this lately.
Explain to the audience what sleep paralysis and sleep paralysis.
So it's a thing where you wake up and you're like completely awake, but you can't move. And a lot of people who have this, problem experience like the presence of a being that's not a nice being. And it's often described as terrifying. And so I was reading about it on Reddit the other night, and there's one guy who I think I stumbled upon it because it was someone on FSU Reddit. And I, for some reason, clicked on it, so someone's gonna... Yeah. Anyway, His description about the sleep paralysis demon was, it sat on his stomach and tapped on his teeth and said, "Why are you eating flies?" Very strange.
I mean, somebody has to have studied this. This is common enough that...
Oh, you're dead now.
Nice. Alex Robb wants to know, is the potato lady with us now? Is she in the room? Fever Dream Potato Lady isn't a person. It's a state of mind.
That's funny.
Somebody come up with a potato lady emote. We'll have to figure out which one to sacrifice, but I think she merits one. Man. I mean, that just seems like a really fun thing to study. Like, you'd have to get really creative in how to, I don't know, measure that or isolate variables that cause that.
Yeah, I don't know. I find it super interesting every time I start reading about it, and then I get terrified, and I don't want to go to bed.
I'm on it. Thank you, Alex. I got choked unconscious once in jiu-jitsu and hallucinated a demon doing things to me I can't describe on Twitch.
It's the sleep paralysis demon.
So something, oxygen depletion to the brain,
I have
like,
no idea.
just triggers some kind of imaginary creature that everyone's terrified of.
And it's like a presence, and not a nice one. And everybody who describes it the same way. Google it, and you'll see some crazy pictures of people who have drawn their own sleep paralysis demons.
What Ask a Scientist guest do I need on to clarify sleep paralysis demons? I mean, this is psychology, neurobiology.
I don't know.
Somebody. If anyone has an answer, suggest a guest. I will happily have them on.
That was pretty
And
good
that was
that
really
time.
nice. That was beautiful. Potato lady and marathons. I'm glad that happened. Nope, I don't need nightmare fuel in my life. That is absolutely true. Like this, do you actually have the sleep paralysis demon, or you just read about it?
I just find I find it so interesting.
I mean, that's fair. Oh, right there, you could have had the grab. It's beautiful. I've watched Cool Kid play that. I don't play this game at all, but he's so good at it. He dominates the full game, the half game, Doki Doki Panic. He is the leader in everything Mario 2. Choked unconscious is a different kind of monster.
Yeah, that's not good.
Alright, anyone just joining us, we're an hour into Ask a Scientist Gaming with Professor Eugene DePrince, who is an expert in physical chemistry, quantum mechanics, all things counting single electron systems, multi-electron systems with one nuclei or two nuclei. Also magnesium fluoride is what I learned today.
Man.
I give Eugene a hard time about what he calculates.
Oh, look at that!
That was clean. Nice. Speed strats.
If I could just figure out how to go down at this next one.
My demon looked like the demon from the movie Fantasia.
I don't know what that looks like. Go down. Go down.
Oh! Holy crap. You did it. Speed strat. Now you're saving. You're good.
Yeah.
You got this. You got this.
Alright, I got 4 minutes.
Do any chemists study things at the bottom of the periodic table? Like, what the heck is francium? As an organic, I never got past the third row. And the answer is yes. One of our colleagues at FSU, Tom Albrecht-Schmidt, studies the stuff way down on the periodic table. He's interested in the lanthanides and actinides. We've measured a bunch of samples for him. So I think we've measured, what, berkelium, californium, Einsteinium. We did the first time resolved emission on an Einsteinium complex. I don't know if it's real because we're the only people to measure it, so take it or leave that for what it's worth. But yeah, the things he's most interested in is how they bond. Like, if you're at that portion on the periodic table, the rules for like ionic versus covalent and like, is it electrostatics, is it sharing electrons, aren't necessarily established. And you've calculated some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any? You're still on a really good pace.
I only have to hit him 2 more times.
Do you have any opinions on the new upcoming University of Austin? Is that a thing? I wasn't even aware
Isn't
of
it
this.
fake? I'm pretty sure this is
a real
fake.
thing? I mean, how much does it cost to start a university?
I thought this was a fake thing that came out
It's like Elon Musk making
like
up
2 weeks ago or something.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this. So if anyone has a link or something, chat it to me. A fake university started by right-wing nuts. You mean Liberty University?
Heyo.
Ew. What's the Trump University? Is that the other one?
That's an actual thing. Well, actually, Liberty is too. So
Yeah. A certain former president started a university for pretty cheap. No, it's true. You just slap your name on it and sell it to, I don't know, investors? What do you have for a university?
Is that it? Can you please be dead?
Obviously, it wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, holy crap. Look at that. It's even better.
Go in the door. Go in the door.
Oh, ladies and
Hey.
gentlemen, that's 2 PBs tonight. What does that put you at? 1525, if that holds true. Tied for 214.
Wow, top 215.
So to get top 200, you need to be 13 minutes and 36 seconds.
I don't think that's happening tonight. It was almost like 14:30. What would that have been?
1430. That would have been very close. 207th. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You're the first one to set.
Time with toilet computer. I'm very proud.
Wait, what's your idea on speedrun?
I don't even remember. It might be I Like Electrons.
Because you had quantum supremacy for a while, then Google took that. I expected him to finish in 212th place.
Sorry, Cuddle
That's
Puppy.
not bad. You're way higher ranked in this than the Mario now.
That's true.
Let's take it. All right. What do you want to do next?
I don't really care. I kind of thought this would take 2 hours. So can I go home now?
No,
3
you
hours?
can't.
No, okay.
You need to stay until 10:30, play NARC for a half an hour.
Ron is going to learn about quantum mechanics.
That's a good point.
Hopefully.
Actually,
Hopefully.
they're probably not going to watch the full thing. Maybe they will. I don't know. Unless you're competing for top 10, I doubt they watch the entire thing. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Sorry.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to do Doki Doki?
That's a little similar to this. Let's do something different.
You gotta give me more than that. I have
I'll play NARC.
I have 10,000. No, NARC is at the end.
Oh,
You have to be sufficiently drunk to play NARC.
I don't know. I could try just SMB 1, I guess.
SMB 1? All right. If you think of another one you want to play,
What is that? Is that the head?
that's from NARC, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the final boss in NARC, which we made into an emote. Man, that is fun. So some mod is going to see 2 talking heads talking about quantum mechanics while you speedrun.
Thank you to the unsung heroes who review these videos.
Yeah, and answer these questions. Wow. All right. That's all you. Do you want a time?
No. It'll just make me sad.
All right. I won't start the time.
Okay, so I'm just
Speedrun Dark Souls. Yeah, Deathless Dark Souls for a speedrun. It's like NARC.
I do want the time.
Oh, all right. Ready?
Yeah.
There you go. It's black screen, right? If I remember
Yes.
correctly. So your personal best in this is 5:13, if I remember correctly. That was pretty
Pretty good.
nice. Nice and clean.
Not quite.
What's the next Nobel Prize in your field?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Something quantum computing.
Something quantum computing? 2 electrons exactly? Like what is the big thing? What would be mind-blowing if it showed up in Nature or Science?
It's something quantum computing, like an actual application of quantum computing that's useful.
I mean, I think that's true across, like, anyone that can do it in a useful way, it's going to be huge. Like, both patent and scientific contribution. A Rash Math 20. I've never seen anyone play as good as Dr. Hart. So Sarah Hart took about 2 hours and 30 minutes to beat this straight through.
To beat Mario 1?
Yep, she did Infinite Lives and played every single level, but she did beat it. She did beat it.
That's great.
Yeah, no, she was super excited. I should do a highlight reel of people like beating their childhood favorites. I just need a, time to edit.
Do you see all those extra coins I got?
Worth it.
They make you faster.
Yes, Super Mario Kart rules.
Yeah.
Scott Stagg was pretty good at Super Mario Kart 8. He actually
Super Mario Kart 8?
Yeah, on the Switch. The 8th version of Super Mario Kart.
I've never played such a thing.
Yeah. I told you should get a Switch.
Do you have, what controllers do you have for here?
For here? What do you mean?
Do you have a Super Nintendo controller?
I do. What do you want to play?
I was thinking about Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, we can set up Super Mario Kart.
Well, I'm dominating this right now.
Good on you. It'll take me some time to find, but... SNES.
Man, I couldn't tell you the last time I played this game. It has been a while.
Alright, I'll get a Super Nintendo controller. Cuddle puppy. Current record for Dark Souls 1 speedrun is 21 minutes, so you can beat it at least 6 times before switching to NARC. Have you seen Dark Souls?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a really hard game.
But I can beat it 6 times. Oh, that was slow. 194, that's not bad.
Alright, we detoured a bit because you set a record, but we're talking about weird stuff in quantum mechanics. So spin is a weird experiment.
Well,
oh,
come on.
No.
You totally distracted me.
I did. It's going to cost you.
Dearly.
I'll be impressed if you do this deathless after not playing in, months.
There's no way I'll do it. Deathless. Ooh, that was lucky. And I know I don't do any of this correctly, so...
That's fine, I'm not going to judge. Well, that was nice. Bullet glitch?
Nope.
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 What? Oh,
I almost always land on 323.
This is a fun one. How can someone teach quantum mechanics to a very smart 3rd grader? You have that Quantum Mechanics for Babies book.
That's literally the worst book I've ever seen. I hate that.
If you guys have seen this, there's this theme of books. It's like, what is it? Organic chemistry for babies, quantum mechanics for babies,
General
astrophysics for babies, and it's every single one of them starts with.
This is a ball.
Where does quantum mechanics go from there?
That's a good question.
Potty training for babies.
That's, not quite the same thing.
This is the ball. It comes out of your butt.
Nice, Ken.
I'm sorry, I'm keeping with the theme.
Oh, 243.
Oh, wow,
yes.
What a waste of time.
Oh, I forgot you're supposed to...
Yeah, you're supposed to bump.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. So those fireworks cost you half a second. Quantum mechanics for a 3rd grader. How do you... And this is why it took so long for humans to figure out quantum mechanics. Like Newtonian physics, we had pretty good grasp of things not formalized. But thousands of years of understanding, you throw a ball and it lands here kind of things.
Yeah.
Man, I've gotten that pipe jump to work a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know any of the tricks here. Except for...
Nice. No, it's not too bad to get the pipe jump. But what do you tell the quantum to someone not familiar with quantum mechanics?
That wasn't good. I tell them I'm busy right now.
About to beat Bowser. This is a pretty good run. If you get sub 6 minutes on your first try in a year. Full crap.
Hey!
536.
Not bad.
That is a pretty
That would have
win.
been 4 years ago. That would have been a text message to Ken.
It would have been just internal rage until I got better. This is how we motivate each other, by ridicule.
Did I beat Dark Souls?
No. Yes, you did.
I did.
21 minutes.
Nice. I don't know how you would teach quantum mechanics to a 3-year-old because it doesn't make any sense based on our
I mean, so let's
day-to-day
say,
experience.
let's do an adult.
How do you teach yourself quantum mechanics? Take my class?
That is not the correct answer.
Let's see.
Like,
I remember liking the textbook by Griffiths when I was a graduate student. It's I think it's technically an undergraduate textbook, but it's pretty good. If you want to pick it up and read it.
I mean, so what's your starting point for someone that, I mean, let's say somebody has taken Newtonian physics and they understand F equals ma and all the classic equations for kinetic energy,
the way I
potential
teach the
energy.
class is you go through the postulates of quantum mechanics, which are all the rules. Like I said before, for everything you could measure in a lab, there's a thing we call an operator. And then we go through the properties of operators. It's just a bunch of rules.
I mean,
Spend 2 weeks learning the rules, and then you can apply them to model problems.
I mean, something that makes that really hard, and an advantage I have in general chemistry too, is I can say colligative properties, you put salt on roads so that ice melts, right? And I can give a really tangible applied example. Quantum, that's not as easy, right? That's...
What? 3-year-olds don't know about the low temperature limit for constant volume heat capacity? Being wrong when you predict it classically?
I mean, does that get frustrating when you're teaching it? It's just because, I mean, some of this is just like,
No, I actually
accept
think-
what I say.
I actually
as
think
true.
our PChem quantum course, the undergraduate course, is the best course our department offers. And the reason is nobody's seen any of it before. In every other chemistry class, you have to worry about, some people have seen all of it and know it all, and some of them don't know any of it. So there's like this mismatch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a great even playing field for everybody. It's a good opportunity to actually teach something.
I mean, so Gen Chem 1, they touch on it.
You're supposed to. Not everyone
Gets that
not
far.
everyone gets that far.
Yeah.
It's the last thing you do
'Cause
is
they-
orbitals and stuff like that.
Yeah, and orbitals are real. In case
For a
anyone-
hydrogen atom, they are.
Do you want to rant about orbitals? You
I
have
don't. I
some
really
time?
don't, because I'll lose my
All right,
train of thought.
all right. We'll do some Super
Unless
Mario
someone
Kart.
has a specific question.
Does anyone want to know about orbitals and see Eugene DePrince melt down?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do Mario Kart.
There's some chemists here, right?
Yeah, there's several chemists in the audience. All right, Super Mario Kart. is-
Rant.
All right, so we're switching over to the Super Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be Super Mario Kart. No cheat codes.
I really haven't played this one in a long time. Tell me about BE3+. Well, that one's easy. It's a hydrogenic atom. How many points for orbital rant? What does that mean?
On the test, presumably.
No, how many internet points?
Request a factoid right now, and you'll get a rant. Explain why spitting out from a banana peel is not actually spinning.
Because all of the Mario Kart drivers have an intrinsic angular momentum that you can't change.
A-Rob has requested 3 factoids.
3 factoids. Okay. You learned about... Oh, I have to drive?
Yeah, no,
Wait,
you have to
I
put
didn't
while
even...
doing it.
Who am I? I have to push a button, right?
Yeah.
Is something
Is it
happening?
not starting?
I'm doing a good job.
Oh. Try it again.
Oh, wait, we have the 1S question, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one we're going to do?
We do, but Alex Rob has requested a
Factoid. I don't know what that means. Okay, so sure, I'll do a factoid.
Sorry, I'm calibrating the controller right now.
Here's your factoid. In Gen Chem, you were lied to. You guys learn about 1S, 2S, 2P, and when you learn 2PX, 2PY, 2PZ, you learn that. What am I supposed to do? GP? I don't know what that means. Grand Prix? 50, 100. Let's go.
All right.
That is okay.
Wait. Are we going to do a bet on whether you won your first race?
I don't even remember how to play this.
I know, that's what makes it fun.
Let's see, which is the hardest one? Let's go Star Cup. Do I have to
Eugene wins
unlock the
first
rainbow
race.
or something? Oh, this is
Wait,
my
first-
island, guys.
Wait, you gotta... We're gonna open it up for 30 seconds, press pause. All right, will Eugene win his first race?
No. I don't even know what the go button is.
Will Eugene place top 4 in the first race.
What's the go button?
I think it's the B button.
B. What's Y do? Is that how I shoot? Something like that?
I think so. It's Y or A, I don't remember. All right, we're going to make a prediction. Eugene has not
Cuddle
played this
puppy.
game in how long?
How old am I?
39.
A long time.
So we'll say it's been 25 years. Will Eugene place top 4 in this first race of Mario Kart? Not the circuit, just this individual race
And I
on
think
water in the level.
before anyone judges me, I think we have to remember that I had 2 personal bests for Super Mario Brothers 2.
All right, quick, place your bets. Someone be skeptical. Say no.
You guys are all
There we
fools.
go. All right, do it. Go.
No, don't give up. Okay, I have the go button.
So the bumpers make you bounce. Yep,
I don't remember how to slide.
it's the bumpers.
Did you have speed up things here?
Yeah, the yellow things make you jump.
Go, then, how do I use my... Okay.
All right, we're in 8th. Little Puppy is confident you will place top 8.
I don't remember, like, can you do the slide stuff here?
The power slide?
The power slide, is that
Yeah,
a thing?
yeah.
How do you do that?
It's the bumper thing that you're doing.
But I don't feel like,
Oh, hit it.
I don't feel like I'm... It's the A button. I don't even know the buttons.
No, that's fine. That's what makes this fun.
Top 8.
All right, rant about orbitals while playing Mario Kart.
All right, so you learn 1S, 2S, 2P, all that in Gen Chem. And you learn that at the same time as learning the 4 quantum numbers. Principal quantum number, N, angular momentum, orbital angular momentum quantum number, L, and M sub L and M sub S. And so for a 2p orbital, you have N equals 2 and L equals 1. What are the possible M sub L values? A-Rob, come on.
Oh, you're quizzing the audience on this one.
Come on, audience. I'm in 2nd place, guys.
Oh, ML is... I don't remember these rules.
This is
Nobody
how
actually uses
embarrassing.
these things, yeah.
I got
Holy
2nd.
crap.
That's pretty good.
He did it, ladies and gentlemen. Believers.
This was the 100
Have
cc one,
faith.
too.
Yeah, no, that was a hard race. Good job. Congratulations.
Thanks. Anyway, you learn M sub L should be 0 plus or minus 1. At the same time, you learn px, py, pz.
Yeah.
A px orbital does not have a well-defined M sub L value, nor does a py orbital. Why do you teach it at the same time? Is this when I get called a dog? Oh man. Yeah. Now I feel bad.
It wasn't Alex. It's fine. And he's not watching. You want to relive that story for the audience?
So I was teaching a graduate quantum mechanics class, and I had a student who was very enthusiastic and always threw out answers, but they were never the right answer. But he threw out a ton of them. And I told him, you remind me of my dog, who whenever I ask him to do a trick and he's too excited, he goes to his trick bank and he does every trick he could possibly do. And then it was pointed out to me that I basically called the student a dog in class.
That's one of those things you can't take back, and it seems okay at the time, and it haunts you.
No, every time I saw him after that,
You apologized?
referenced it.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna keep
going. Keep marching through.
What's the point of this game? To win?
What do you think the point of a racing game is, Eugene?
I spun out, guys. We should have done it.
Gotta wait for the green.
Oh god.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
It's fine.
Oof. Yeah, that's tough. You don't know.
How in the world?
That
what
one's
is happening?
That's a pretty overt example, but you don't know how your response to a student will be taken by that student.
Yeah, like he was a funny guy, and I thought we had a good rapport, and I was just joking around, but then I felt like really bad after.
And that's
obviously
that's one
I'm
of the
not
hard.
gonna do well in this race.
That's one of the hard things, like
The
in
star isn't
general.
even gonna help.
Like, especially with like research group members, because you're like friendly with your students, but you're not friends because you can't be because there's a power dynamic. And so it's like when they're talking shit back and forth and making jokes, and you throw something in there, there's a line you can cross where it's because of the power dynamic, you're a huge asshole, and you don't necessarily know where that threshold is. Texas Space Agency, welcome back. Howdy, howdy. Appropriate for Texas. But yeah, joining us tonight is Professor Eugene DePrince, expert in quantum mechanics. We're going to say quantum computing.
That's not true though.
So what would you? It's quantum information, quantum.
I don't consider myself an expert in those fields, but yes, sure, quantum information science. I'm a huge expert.
According to the center, we'll be starting at FSU. That is true.
Yes.
Did you put all in?
I put all in. I don't even know what that means. So of course I put all in.
I didn't put anything, but
A feather. What does a feather do?
Jump.
Okay,
You can jump over those barriers.
Wasted that, huh?
So Florida State University is presumably going to be starting a quantum sciences institute, which would actually be a degree separate from other degrees. So I consider myself an informed idiot in this area.
This isn't recorded, right?
Nope, it won't be on YouTube in about 2 days. I mean, you're not doing it during a speed run, so it won't be immortal or anything.
That's true.
Texas Space Agency, you missed out. Eugene is now the 222nd fastest Super Mario Bros. 2 runner.
No.
Oh, no, you bumped up. What do you know?
I don't even know.
216 or something like that?
14.
214. You got to go back and try again. You got to do one more.
I would play that the entire time, because I'm not good at this one.
No worries. But yeah, if anyone has any questions for Dr. Eugene DePrince, quantum mechanics, physical chemistry of any kind, you're not a thermodynamics guy.
No, I don't like thermo.
How do you feel about entropy?
It exists. I don't understand it.
So quantum mechanics is okay, but entropy is off the table.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about entropy.
I mean, do you deal with entropy in what you do?
No. Everything we do is at zero Kelvin.
Oh, that's interesting. So I've never thought about that. So DFT entropy is just not accounted for?
Correct. And so if you run like a Gaussian calculation or something,
zero entropy.
If you do, you can calculate vibrational frequencies and stuff like that. It will calculate entropy at 298 for you from the vibrational frequencies or whatever. But if you're just doing an energy calculation, that's just energy at 0 Kelvin.
So I'm teaching this right now in general chemistry too. So we talk a lot about, for those of you not familiar, Gibbs free energy is this delta G value, and it predicts whether something will happen or not. It's whether something is spontaneous or not. And so delta G predicts everything. Well, you may argue with that, but if a process will occur, delta G is what you want to know. And there's two things that go into that. There's enthalpy, which is the energy taken in or released, and the other factor is entropy, which is basically the, I'm going to offend you, but order or disorder of the system. And the universe is tending towards disorder. And so if you know those two things, you can predict whether something will happen. And so your calculations do not account for entropy.
Yeah.
Why
what's the electronic contribution to entropy? It's going to be teeny tiny.
Yeah, but if you're calculating like a chemical transformation, reactants to products.
Yeah, so in that case, you probably should do vibrational analysis at each of your stationary points, and you can include vibrational and rotational entropy contributions at 298 Kelvin or something.
Okay, so they have to, presumably, to get an actual answer. Wow.
Look at me, guys.
A lot of people fell. All right. Why assume 0 Kelvin? Is that because the calculation is otherwise really hard or impossible?
No, I don't. I've never thought about this, really. Back up, back it up, back it up. How do you... Which button do I hit to go
There's
back?
no reverse. You gotta just like bounce into the wall until you turn around. Yep.
I think I'm not doing well. Yeah, I don't even know, like, there's no temperature in the Hamiltonian we use, so I don't... I mean, that's actually not true. So there are people who do finite temperature calculations in solid-state systems. That's not what I do. So I'm not going to say anything about it.
You don't have any commentary? You are the foremost expert of the people in this room right now.
People who do solid-state calculations calculate things in the thermodynamic limit and can include finite temperature effects in their calculations.
So how does that, is that an empirical inclusion? It's not ab initio?
No, yeah, you can include temperature effects. I think you can include them in the Hamiltonian, but I'm going to say something incorrect.
It doesn't matter.
I'd rather not say something incorrect. Look what you did. What in the world?
You deserve that. For not including temperature.
You can't make me.
Lol. This conversation makes me feel like a hillbilly. Yeah, let's simplify this to
that was my intention.
Let's simplify this to tangible things. Like, what does that mean? So you calculate electronic structure, which you're caring about wave functions and electron cloud shapes, and you don't care about temperature.
Correct.
But temperature matters in those phenomena. It's just
Does
hard.
it? Is temperature going to affect the shape of an s orbital? I don't really think that it will.
That's interesting.
I mean, so think about thermal populations. So you have a bunch of energy levels, rotational or vibrational or electronic, and you add energy to the system in form of temperature. So you can populate excited states. Do you know what thermal energy is? The amount of energy it is?
The amount of energy?
kcal per mole or something like that.
In terms of room temperature?
Yeah.
It's like 400 wave numbers.
It's like half a kcal per mole or something.
I don't know what that conversion is. I don't do calcals.
I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's a very small number, so it doesn't matter for electronic structure because electronic transitions have big energy, vibrational transitions have a smaller energy, rotational transitions have a really small energy. So if you're just talking about electronic transitions, temperature doesn't really matter.
So what did you say? It was half a kcal per mole?
Something like that, yeah.
So that ends up being 174 wave numbers.
Okay, so maybe
0.02 electron volts.
I mean, it could be 2 kcal per mole if you said it's 400 wave numbers.
I think it's 400 at normal. KT at room temperature.
Okay, 1 kcal.
Something like that.
There's K. There's your, put in 298.
298.
What did I say?
All right, 200 wave numbers. Oh, you're right.
I was pretty close.
I'm just going to go into my office and stare at my degrees to restore my self-confidence. Don't worry, champ. You're a real scientist. Economics is a valid discipline.
Hey, my dad was an economics professor. So there you go.
We just saw a whole conversation with self unfold in chat. No, yeah. I mean, that's the hard part about quantum and talking about things like this is the language doesn't translate. You can't.
That's why I love being a guest on this program.
Yeah, because you
I have a great
make the
time
audience feel like a hillbilly.
We're just making up words. I did.
We should just gibberish.
I did. So I do a Twitch. I did Twitch 3 times, where I was doing like programming projects, and the first one I did.
Oh yeah, I should plug your channel that you don't stream from.
You want to come do an episode with me?
I don't know what that means.
Do you do anything on computers?
No.
Because it's called Supercoding Fun Time.
I do not do anything.
Well, then you're not welcome on my
I graph
shit.
stuff.
So you could teach people how to use your favorite plotting software.
That's true. I could do Origin on that. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is Eugene DePrince streaming channel. You've streamed 3 times.
3 times. The first time I did, I programmed a flock of birds, a flock of squares to flock. And that was a lot of fun because it was like, what are the rules you need to make the squares move around in a way like a flock of birds? So they have some random movement and they have some attraction to other birds, but they don't want to get too close, and you can add like predators that they want to move away from. So that was fun, and then we did a couple of other ones, and the third one I did was like super specific to the research my group does and like at least graduate level. And someone commented, like one of the 3 people that was there said, "Is this for a class?" I was like, no.
And one
might as well be.
You had a guest. Jay Foley was on.
Yeah, Jay Foley.
I watched that one.
Yeah, he talked about. I don't even remember exactly what it was. Tunneling through a barrier.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very niche audience, but people that care about it care a lot. Passionate about.
What's a niche audience? Anything quantum?
Yeah. I mean, so there's a lot of programming channels on Twitch, like people just talking about standard.
So yeah, my intention.
Oh, ouch.
What in the world? That was a shrinky mushroom?
Yep.
Huh. Now I know. Anyway, my intention wasn't for it to be a quantum programming channel. It just takes a really long time to prepare a tutorial. So I just haven't done it much.
So Calm Down has a scientific question following up on our previous one. Would black body radiation not occur because temperature affected electron levels? I mean, that's interesting. Black body radiation is intrinsic to the early discovery of quantum mechanics, but temperature doesn't matter.
No, temperature does matter. It's so you can calculate so a black body is a thing that emits and absorbs all wavelengths of light easily. The thing that a normal person could think about is a coil on a stove. It gets hot and it gets bright. And so there's a problem that classical theories don't, like Newtonian physics, don't describe the high energy limit correctly. It's called the ultraviolet catastrophe. That's kind of, I guess it's related to temperature because you calculate these profiles for different temperatures, but the problem exists at any temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It exists at any temperature, at infinite temperature. I don't remember.
I guess it doesn't exist at 0.
Yeah.
So temperature is necessary for that one. And then you're right. All the my favorite one that is not worth my favorite failure of classical mechanics that we shouldn't get into here is the low temperature limit for constant volume heat capacity is wrong classically. So obviously that includes temperature.
Let's get into it. We got time. Keep playing. Which prediction do you want
You're
to do
really
next?
gonna the mass one.
All right, do you want to get into it after or before this question?
You really want me to talk about constant volume heat capacity?
Can you do it in a tangible way?
No. I have to use words like equipartition theorem.
All right, I don't even know what that is.
Exactly.
So if I'm struggling,
all it comes down to is
Texas Space Agency has a counterpoint. My favorite black body is probably Will Smith. That man is aging like a fine wine, and he doesn't have to cuss to sell records.
Those are two really good reasons.
Will Smith is legit. Pull up MS Paint so he can lecture. You want to do a lecture in MS Paint? I'd be impressed. That'd be worth a YouTube video in itself. And speaking of which, my lecture on transient absorption has 3,000 views on YouTube.
Are they all you checking how many views there are? Refresh,
over and over again.
Refresh.
Does it count? Does it do individual IPs? Probably not.
I don't know I don't know enough to game the system. I think my 3 videos from my thing have like 40 views each.
So it only has slightly less than my group's most viewed YouTube video, which is popping balloons with a laser.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you have a green laser, it won't pop a green balloon because it doesn't absorb, but it will pop a black one, or whatever color you want that actually absorbs that color.
See, this is what's not fair.
Why?
I can't engage the general public with my boring research. What am I supposed to do? Pop a digital balloon?
I mean, but so like astrophysicists have the same
Rage quit.
issue,
Rage
right? It's not rage. You want the rage? All right. You can hit these emotes at any time if you'd like.
They don't cost money.
There's an ethanol one. Yep. Changing directions a little bit. Do y'all do any fishing?
I used to own a fishing pole.
You went fishing with Bridget's parents.
I asked her dad if I could marry her while I was fishing with him, and he said, "Do you know where we are right now?" I think it was a threat because I was in the middle of a lake with him.
That was his response?
Yes.
That's the impression he felt like leaving on you?
No, I think it was a joke.
I know it was a joke, but still, that's a high tension moment he made. Wow.
8th place. It's really good.
You were getting wrecked. All right, let's throw this prediction up here right now. All right, the question is, if you took a mole of moles, how much would it weigh? How much is a mole?
A mole is 6 times 10 to the 23rd things.
So 10 to the 23rd things, and let's say those things are moles, like actual
like
physical moles, an average size mole.
An American mole.
An American mole. A North American mole?
North American mole.
North American mole. Does it weigh less than the mass of the moon or greater than the mass of the moon? That is a lot of things. 10 to the 23rd. That's 1 with 23 zeros behind it. That is a lot.
Times 6.
Times 6. So just in case you want to tap that on. Is it
Western,
an Eastern North American mole? My cat has killed 12 moles in the last 2 weeks.
Cats are awful.
No, they are. Like in terms of bird population, they are the biggest
You should keep your cats
cause
inside.
of death.
You should feel bad.
I do feel a little bit bad, but also they kill mice that don't get into our house. So take or leave that. Mole of moles. How much does it weigh? If you're not following us, click the follow button, get your standard internet units and spend them on gambling on scientific questions or Eugene's personal life questions. Either one are fair game tonight. So the question is, a mole of moles, 6.23 times 10 to the 23rd, 6.23? No, 6.022, yeah. Times 10 to the 23rd.
It's just a number.
Is it more than the mass of the moon or less than the mass of the moon? Keep in mind, the moon is pretty big, but also is 10 to the 23rd. So how many is that? Yeah, that's a vicious cat, no joke. She like brings 2 or 3 to the door every day for the last week. Like she's found their hideout, now she's just murdering them. I don't know. It's weird. It's Eastern North American mole. Dead moles. Holy moly. Puns.
Hey, I'm going to speculate on the Gibbs free energy question. Can I speculate?
Well, let's wait till this one's done. All right. So throw your guesses in now. Mass of a mole of moles. Greater than mass of the moon, less? All right. Eugene, what is the answer?
It's about a quarter of the mass of the moon.
So close. All right. That is a lot of moles.
How do you define the Helmholtz free energy?
I do not know.
That's why I'm Googling this right now to make sure my answer is correct.
All right, so calm down, Bronco. Yeah, so moles. If you add up a mole of moles, it's a quarter of the moon, which is a lot, but not more than the moon. So my students on syllabus day, they wanted me to add a question to the attendance survey, and the question was, what would win all the Pokemon that exist versus 1 billion lions?
No Pokemon exists.
Or all the ones that are in the canon of Pokemon.
This is like an interview question for
it really
management
is.
consulting company.
Yeah. That's no moon, it's moles. But the consensus was the Pokemon would win because they're like gods. But anyway, the thing that came to mind is that you have 1 billion lions. Even if you vaporize them into CO2, you have depleted all the oxygen in the room. Right? Like the ash alone would drown any creature involved. There's 1 billion of them. Exactly. Aren't there Pokemon that can destroy planets? True. So yeah.
I don't know any of this.
Yeah.
Do they do quantum mechanics?
Ooh, this is a fun one by Big Spooky Skeleton. I know it's a number, but why is a mole 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd and not something else?
I don't know the answer to that.
I think it's how they defined what a mole is, right? Because they said it based on carbon, and carbon was 12, right? Was something like that?
Yeah, so a mole of carbon 12 is exactly 12 grams.
Yeah. So it was set on...
But I think that more defines what a gram is than a mole.
Yeah. I honestly don't remember. What would win? 1 mole of lions or the sun? Are you
probably the sun.
What would win?
So I actually have an answer to the Helmholtz free energy question.
All right. So the question was by Calm Down Bronco, why is Gibbs free energy used more commonly than Helmholtz? And so define both of those.
So the Gibbs free energy is enthalpy minus T delta S.
Temperature times entropy.
Yeah. Enthalpy minus temperature times entropy.
Delta entropy.
And the Helmholtz free energy uses the internal energy instead of the enthalpy. So I think the reason is that enthalpy is the same as heat at constant pressure. So it's an easy thing to think about experimentally because we are at constant pressure right now. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to measure heat. It's easy to know the enthalpy. So then Gibbs free energy is the easier quantity to understand.
What is Helmholtz?
Internal energy minus T delta S.
That's interesting.
Or something like that.
Internal
so I think
energy.
It just has to do with
what's physically measurable.
What's easy to measure.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just heat at constant pressure.
That's interesting. All right, what are you playing?
I don't know.
Another shot at Mario? I don't know why our timer is still going.
I would love to play Mario again if anyone is still watching this.
There are 16 people watching right now. So
It's about to be 8.
All right, we're going back to Super Mario 2. Eugene DePrince, who is the 216th fastest runner in this game. We don't actually know the exact number. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to Super Mario Bros. 2. Eugene is on a vendetta tonight. He is going to set a personal best with this run right here.
We ready? You got the timer ready?
Yep. Oh, we're hitting. All right. Yep. Ready, set. You go ahead.
1, 2, 3, go.
All right. Talking about lions, I remember someone on Reddit asked, what happened if you mass spec a lion? I mean, it'd be a lot of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, a little bit of zinc, some iron in there, magnesium, potassium, sodium. If you mass spec a lion.
How do you...
Are you talking about vaporizing it and then mass specking? Like, is this GC mass spec after you've like obliterated it, or just send it through electric fields as fast as you can for an entire mass of a lion? Tiger blood. Oh, I like it. You should figure out this glitch.
What's
I'd
the
love to see it executed.
mass to charge ratio for a
Of a lion. Man, that's crazy. So I don't remember. I heard this at one point, and I haven't verified it, so don't hold me to this. But I mean, people think of gravity as such a powerful thing, right? Because if you fall off a building, you die. But the thing is, it's very weak compared to electrostatics.
Well, wait
right?
a second. Yeah, what kills you when you fall off?
It's electrostatics, right? And so I heard a calculation at some point that if you basically made the Earth a perfect sphere that was entirely neutral, and you took like a basketball that was neutral, and you put 6 electrons on the basketball and left 6 positive charges behind on Earth, you could drag the Earth around. You could essentially pull it out of the gravitational force of the sun because electrostatics is so much more powerful. So I mean, in your field, you don't care about gravity.
Oh my God, we're talking about this again?
No, we're not bringing it up specifically, but
I gotta start over. Can we start over?
you reset the run? All right, let's do it. So does that seem reasonable? Because it'd have to be like, you know, dozens and dozens of order of magnitude more powerful. And that's probably right?
I guess. 6 charge? 6?
5 or 6 electrons, something like that.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, close enough. We'll count it.
It's gonna get thrown out.
Gravity is like a construct of the patriarchy, man. Not gonna touch that one. You want to? No. It's a social construct. Discworld.
If we all stop believing in gravity,
gravity loses.
Gravity loses its power.
Speed strats.
Yeah, princess.
All right, I'm down another beer. You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Another one? All right, throw your questions in chat. I will feed them to Eugene right when I get back. And now Eugene will entertain you while I leave.
Let's do a no-risk prediction. How many times have I seen the movie, let's see, Princess and the Frog? Is it more than 10 or less than 10? I'll give you until I get to 2 minutes on my timer. You have to answer in the chat. It's the only way to answer. Two people say more. If you're not familiar with The Princess and the Frog, it's an excellent film. Disney, of course. Look at these speeds. Oh! Wager more than 10. Princess and the Frog cinematic universe? Are there more movies in that universe? I wish. I would pay money for a Raymond movie.
For what movie? Oh, The Princess and the Frog.
Oh, we're 15 seconds past. It's definitely more than 10. You have to understand, I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and there's a pandemic. So we watch a lot of movies.
What was the question?
Princess and the Frog, more or less than 10 times.
What did they guess?
I think everyone understood more than 10.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
We are a Moana home.
You know what,
Respect that.
Texas Space Agency, I want to hang out with you because I cannot get my kid to watch Moana. I recommend it every time we watch a movie.
So do you watch any of the old, like Snow White or Cinderella or any of the classics?
So one of my kids were homesick this week, and Bridget, my wife, had to watch Pinocchio.
Oh, God. That one has not aged well.
No. Well, thank you, Texas Space Agency. Yeah, and then what's the one with the Siamese cats? Lady and the Tramp. They have like a cultural insensitivity message beforehand.
Yeah.
And Bridget was watching and she was like, what cultural insensitivity? What are they talking about? And then the Siamese cats come on and she said,
I forgot about those parts. Not the angry whale from Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah.
We are now a Dune home.
Hey, I'm 50 pages in. I've been trying to read Dune for like 6 months.
Moana is by Lin-Manuel Miranda, yeah.
It is? Really?
Yeah, yep. He did, I think, most of the songs. The end credits is him singing You're Welcome.
Huh.
Which we are also a Disney-related home, so there you go.
We're thinking about going to Disneyland.
Yeah, we're going to go in February.
No, land.
Oh, in California, when you're there, yeah.
Yes. We're going to have like a day in LA. I thought we would try that.
It's not in LA, though. Where is it?
Can't remember.
It's south of LA.
It's near LA.
Yeah, I went there once when I was a grad student in Los Angeles. You should tier list them all as in Disney movies. Eugene, go. S tier.
So my current favorite is Onward. That movie's excellent.
Is that Disney?
It's a Pixar movie. Does that count?
Oh, that's a good question. What's the lore here? Does Pixar count as Disney? I think it does, right?
I'm counting it.
All right.
Oh God, what am I doing?
Hey, Rob says he'll allow it.
Yeah, I like Onward. Big fan.
You love Princess and the Frog.
That's a good movie. Given the choice right now, I don't know which I would prefer to watch. Though.
Is the Human Centipede a Disney movie? No, but the sequel is Human Centipede 2. They thought it was so good they bought the rights. Human Centipede. Hercules is underappreciated.
You know, I've never watched that.
I think that one is aged okay. Rage quit. You need it? Yeah. Nope. I did big instead of rage. There you go. Did you already do the what film is right, which is wrong question? No, I think I asked him that. So Eugene is on for the second time. He's one of my closest friends in Florida, we'll say.
Yeah, thank you for qualifying.
Yeah, no problem. But he was on twice already, Ask a Scientist Gaming. I think you were the first guest, and then you were back for recruiting, right?
I helped you get affiliate status.
That's true.
We did like 18 streams.
We did. We had one big stream where we had like 40-something average viewers, and then we just like streamed multiple times just for fun. But anyway, so I think I asked him that, but we're going to throw it out there again. What movie or TV show gets your discipline wrong? What gets it right?
Okay, so we were talking about this earlier. Hackers, anything with computers gets it wrong. And is it CSI?
Yep. There it was. That was beautiful.
It was totally intentional. There's a scene where two people are trying to type. What are they, hacking into something?
Yeah.
And they both start typing on the same keyboard at the same time. That is definitely wrong.
I'm going to find this for you guys because you should probably watch it. Take a moment. This is what Eugene's day-to-day computing life looks like.
It's mostly me sitting in my office swearing. That's what my day
Is that really what you...
Yeah, 'cause nothing
It
ever
just
works.
doesn't work, and then you try again?
Enhance. Enhance. Yes, Super Troopers does a good job.
And I think we had this conversation last time, but you hadn't seen the movie, the Facebook.
I have seen that.
That was the most realistic depiction of programming I think I've ever seen in a movie. All right, there's a clip. I just put it in chat. This is CSI hacking multiple people. There's another one that has like, is this the one that has like, we'll generate a GUI and we'll hack into the, like,
It's
sure.
so bad. So
Yep.
bad.
Yeah, they stopped them by unplugging the monitor and or computer. It wasn't clear what they actually did. A big spooky skeleton redeemed. Take a drink. Eugene? Quick. Cheers. Spooky Skeleton, thank you for joining us. Everyone else, thank you for joining us as well. Wednesday night, we are drinking, talking science, and playing video games, setting personal bests in Super Mario Bros. 2 speedrunning. So yeah, follow us on YouTube. You guys will find a video of not only the stream, but also the cut down version of Eugene beating this in 17 minutes. And
No,
what
it's
was
less
it?
than that.
It was 13, what was it?
I think 15 something.
15, 20 something. But yeah, we'll have a clip of it up on our YouTube channel. So follow our YouTube channel. I will share a link right now, actually. So yeah, follow us on YouTube if you want to hear Eugene talk about quantum mechanics and orbitals being bullshit while setting a personal best and being one of the top 215 runners in Super Mario Bros. 2. Nice. That was legit.
It's almost like I've been playing this for 2 hours.
I mean, that's all it takes to get pretty good at something.
I thought it takes 10,000 hours.
Computer enhance. All the 90s movies are underrated except Aladdin and The Lion King. You know what the 90s movies are. You brought us down a Disney rabbit hole.
You're welcome.
Man, what's that going to be like? So you're on sabbatical for like a month. You're going to be out in California.
Yeah.
Bringing the family out.
Yeah. Ugh, come on.
But it's like a workshop that you're going to?
Yeah, for quantum information science. Hopefully I will. Can I not do that? What is happening?
What? You should be able to.
It's for quantum information science. It's for near-term applications in chemistry on quantum computers.
So for those of you not familiar, in academia, a lot of places you get something called a sabbatical, where it's basically, I've worked for, I don't know, 10 years, or what is it? It's 7 years, and I want to take a break, and I want to go somewhere else, and I want to learn something new. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but that's the intent behind it. Basically,
I am using it as it's supposed to be used. I
Yeah.
am going to learn quantum information stuff.
Yeah, like I'd love to join, I'd love to go to a lab where they do hardcore spectroscopy and I can learn more about that aspect of things. But
I got invited to be an opponent on a PhD defense
holy crap, did you? Where?
in Norway. So that's one thing I might do in the spring. I bring this up because Ken got to do this in Sweden.
So if you guys aren't familiar, so in the US, most of your committee when you defend your PhD thesis is people inside your department. And so those are people that are, you know, colleagues essentially, and your PhD advisor says these people should be on your committee, and they ask you questions during your thesis. In Sweden and Netherlands, I think Norway as well, they do something called an opponent, where they bring in an external expert that just like grills you for an hour. And so you do like a 30-minute presentation, and then after that, the opponent just hammers home questions the entire time. So you're going to do it.
Yeah, but I'm nice, so...
I am also nice. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you said they hammer home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but still, you have to grill them. You have to like show that they've known their stuff enough that they can defend their ideas in front of an expert. But it's not malicious. It's more of a like genuine curiosity. But you also have to come together with a list of like an hour-long questions. So.
Well, you see how well I do in this setting. It can't even last like 2 minutes while you're in the bathroom or something.
Sometimes malicious. No, it can be. Do you make fun of their haircut?
If they deserve it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it is fair game. No, for me, it was a lot of fun. Because the student was clearly a good student, and it made sense. And they get to pick who the opponent is. You find out who your real mentors are. And that's what's crazy about this. The advisor cannot say anything during the entire assessment. So during the opponent's critiquing, as well as the external committee members, they can't say anything. So it's not like they can come to your rescue. That seems like a glitch they should have programmed against, right?
Why? This is great.
So when is that? Are you going to go in person?
Good. Let me go down. Let me go down. Damn it. Yes, I'm going to go in person. Well, I'd like to go in person. I told them I want to go in person. It'll be at least 6 weeks from now, because they give 6 weeks to evaluate the thesis.
So do you have to present anything?
Yeah, I will.
You have to do the introduction.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. So if you're the opponent, you have to basically give the introduction to their research and contextualize it in the bigger picture. And then they present their thesis, and then you grill them for an hour. I don't know. I love the experience, and mostly because it was a good student. Like, it was obvious she was going to pass. It wasn't controversial by any means. But if it was contentious, I can imagine that being very stressful. But enough about us. Anyone just joining us, welcome to Ask a Scientist Gaming, where we do mediocre gameplay with expert level science. Tonight we got some expert level gameplay though. Dr. Eugene DePrince has set several PBs in beating Super Mario Bros. 2. So it's been a really productive night in terms of that. But beyond that, we'll talk science. We're happy to talk about physical chemistry, quantum mechanics, quantum computing, anything, quantum, multi-electron systems, magnesium fluoride. We are happy to discuss those things. Also, rage quitting. Rage. How long did you guys take to get your PhD?
4.5 semesters.
4.5 semesters. What?
I mean, sorry, 4.5 years. 4 years plus 1 semester.
So 4.5. Mine was, I'm going to say 4.7. So I came in a fall semester and graduated in May. So about 3 months short of 5 years. I think 5 at FSU, our average for our students is something like 5.2 years. But that's really dependent on what discipline you do, right? If you do biochemistry or something like that, it typically takes longer because you're relying on cells and things that take time. If you're doing something materials related, it's typically going to be shorter. Theoretical chemistry...
Oh, it's easy.
It's easy. They practically give them away for theoreticians. Just show up and wait in line long enough, you will get your PhD.
I have 2 students now who are about to finish in 5 years.
5 years is reasonable. Is that sub 5 years? That's May of...
They'll finish in the summer.
Yeah. Okay. Seems reasonable.
Well, this is now officially slower than the last one.
You're doing better, though. I think you're more consistent, right? Not at this fight. Have you figured out save states yet?
No. You ask me this literally every time I see you.
Because I'm anticipating at some point you'll figure it out. All right, if anyone has questions for Eugene, throw them in chat. Otherwise, we're going to talk about Super Mario Bros. 2 and...
Would you accept a new PhD student who didn't know how to code? Absolutely.
That's most of the students he accepts.
My first PhD student literally knew how to turn on his computer, and he is now a professor at University of Memphis.
Speaking of which, I ran into Daniel at CERMAC.
Yeah, he gave an invited talk. I was so excited.
No, that's awesome.
I mean, I wasn't excited enough to go. I didn't go to the conference, so that was a joke, really. Did you see? You didn't see his talk, did you?
No, I didn't. I saw many talks, but not
I'm
his.
super glad that he got a position.
Yeah. No, that's the thing about grad school. Not just like computing and stuff like that or coding. Like in general, no one expects you to be an expert in what you start out in grad school. We just expect you to like work really hard, learn stuff quickly, and be productive as quickly as possible. Because in reality, and Eugene might argue with me about this, but I think a lot of classes are not particularly useful in preparing you for graduate school. Like there's a very different experience between doing stuff in a classroom in a textbook and actually doing research in a lab. It's different skill sets, it's different knowledge, it's different. I don't know. rigor, different experiences. So yeah, the statement I always say, and I haven't tested this yet, is I'd rather take a motivated English major over a, lazy chemistry major any day. Because somebody that's motivated can learn the stuff and be productive in a matter of months. But
I'm too angry right now.
all right, we'll give you the rage. Venucci rage shows up again.
I mean, this is ridiculous. This is like a 224th place poems.
All right. Oh, that's not even the 6th yet. Professors who only know how to turn on a computer say it ain't so. No, that's how he started. He learned.
Yeah, that's how it started.
He learned.
My point was you can learn.
The point of my story with the English major is even if they start out turning on a computer, as long as they learn, make mistakes, make them quick early and often, but recover and learn from them, you can be productive in a matter of years. And I think that's the most important thing.
It will only take you several years. That's what you just said.
That's fair. It does take several years. All right, a big spooky skeleton wants to know, my grad school applications are due in 13 days. I'm pretty much done, but any advice to avoid last minute panic?
Turn them in before the last minute.
True. Just
Apply
in case.
to FSU.
Also true. Oh, sorry.
Not even worth
1848, not even close. Upsetting. All right, we should do another prediction. Which one do you want?
We did that one. All these are boring. Okay, another whatever. I won't try to
Which one?
confuse anyone. The orbital one.
The orbital one. All right, explain what an orbital is.
An orbital is a one electron wave function. You learn about them in Gen Chem. You learn more about them in PChem. And then I tell you all the things you're lied to about when you take graduate quantum mechanics.
All right, so in your Gen Chem textbook, if you've taken general chemistry, they draw orbitals and they draw shapes associated with those orbitals. And the question is, what is the actual true shape of a 1s orbital? Is it a sphere or is it not spherical? So the question is the 1s orbital a sphere, true or false? So keep in mind, anything beyond 1s isn't real to Eugene. So
That's not true.
What?
That's not true.
What
You can
beyond?
a hydrogen atom has 2p orbitals.
No, that's true. As long as it's one
As long as
electron
it's one
orbital,
electron,
it's a real thing. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, this is the part of Super Mario 2 where we learn it was just all a dream.
It's depressing.
It
How much
wasn't
time
real.
until the thing is going on?
Till NARC, you have a half hour.
No, I meant till the predictions.
Oh, you have a minute and 30 seconds. 1s orbital is a sphere, true or false? We only have 2 people guessing. If you're not following, click the follow button right now. Use your standard internet units and bet, even just for fun, is a 1s orbital a sphere? Orbital is the electron thing that floats around the nucleus. We're going to leave it at that. What shape is that thing for a single electron in the lowest energy orbital? Is it a sphere or is it a different shape? Calm down, Bronco. I applied to way too many schools. I mean,
I think I applied to 10 or 11.
it costs money, but it is one of the biggest things that will change your career and life path. So take it or leave it. If you have the money to do it, by all means. I applied to 8 or something like that. So it is an important decision. 1s orbital is a sphere, true or false? Throw your guesses in there right now. It's 45
26.
seconds.
Calm down, Bronco. That is too many.
26. That is way too many. I mean, are you genuinely excited about all 26, or are you paranoid that you won't get into one? Cuddle puppy. I applied to 0.
Reaching for the stars.
Well, your success rate is perfect. You better not tell me the H atom is elliptical. I'm applying to 6.
That seems reasonable.
I would apply to some that you're reaching, some that are safe, and some that are somewhere in between. As long as you get into like at least one, you have a path, right?
Also apply to FSU.
Apply to FSU. I might have a from when Justin was here. Yep, there it is. There's the apply link for FSU Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. If nothing else, you can fly to FSU and meet with Eugene DePrince and Ken Hansen and hang out in person. We're not nearly as interesting as we are when we're drunk and playing video games.
I would argue that we're not interesting
But we're better now than usual.
Probably.
All right. What do you want to play? Doki Doki? Is it time?
Wait, what about the prediction?
Okay, it's closed. 1s orbital is a sphere. If you've taken general chemistry, you may think that it is in fact a sphere, but
It's not a sphere. It's spherically symmetrical. But it's not a sphere.
someone just got screwed by a definition. Explain the difference between those.
Well, it really looks like an exponential function. So it decays away from the nucleus. But that function doesn't depend on where you look at the atom from. It decays equally in all directions. So it's spherically symmetric. So when they draw pictures in a textbook, it's a constant value contour. So they pick a value of the wave function. Wherever the wave function is equal to 3, I'm going to draw this surface, and it ends up looking like a sphere.
But it's not a sphere.
It's not a sphere.
It's
spherically symmetric.
I want a refund.
You're not getting one.
Eugene DePrince has declared, and that is a 1-42 payout for Calm Down Bronco.
Way to go.
Pulled the skeptical move and got the 40-1 payout. All right. Are you going to play Doki Doki?
Yeah, can I go get another one of these things?
Yeah, it's right down there.
No. Well, the truth is I wanted to go to that.
Uncle Bill, welcome back to Ask a Scientist Gaming. Tonight we have Dr. Eugene DePrince, quantum chemist, physical chemist, quantum computing. He's happy to talk about anything weird associated with quantum mechanics. That is the world he lives and loves. But also he has problems with orbitals. 1s orbital is not spherical. It is spherically symmetric. So I apologize. Calm Down Bronco, 42-1 payout. Enjoy your standard internet units. I wish I knew the right series of words to tell you guys to trigger Eugene in his rant about orbitals, but basically the thing is, in general chemistry, when we teach about how molecules bond to each other, we talk about these things called orbitals. And there's different shapes depending on how many electrons the system has. And so the picture drawn in the Gen Chem textbook is an s orbital is a sphere, a p orbital has basically 2 lobes above and below, a d orbital has 4 of those, and those shapes dictate how it can bond together. And believe it or not, that is a fairly, I don't know, good predictor about how good or how bonding occurs in molecules. But for a fundamental theoretical chemist like Eugene, it is intellectually offensive to draw them that way because it's not a real thing. So, yeah, I was trying to tell them keywords to trigger you on orbitals. A big spooky skeleton. Did I miss you requesting take a drink? Gene, crack it open. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a Wednesday night for Ask a Scientist Gaming with Professor Eugene DePrince, who wants to talk quantum mechanics and is going to play Doki Doki Panic. Is it time?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So Doki Doki Panic is the original game that Super Mario Bros. 2 is based on.
So you're going to watch the same exact game I already played.
All right.
With slight differences.
And Eugene will point out the slight differences. So this is on the Famicom Disk System, the Nintendo equivalent in Japan. Was released first. So this one is interesting because it was actually played on a 3.5 floppy disk. And so we have to actually, during the loading process, I have to flip the disk over and then reinsert it. And now it'll actually start the game, which is kind of interesting.
So how are they going to trigger me?
Talking about orbitals and how real they are.
It's
Ready?
the same. It's the same thing, right? Once I click on the pink light.
I'm going to say that is when we start.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, start.
Oh,
B,
I hit the
A.
wrong button.
Oh God, now you're behind.
Wait.
I didn't miss it, but feel free to drink again. Yes. We're hanging out on a Wednesday night drinking and playing video games.
This is part of work. This is science outreach.
This is broader impacts. The NSF really likes that this exists. But also I like that it exists, so we're going to keep doing it.
So you will notice this is the same game, except less interesting because I can't run.
You want to give the backstory on this?
This game flopped. I don't really know anything other than that. It flopped, and then Super Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Bros. 2 is different in the US and Japan. And I think I can get up there. Should I try that?
If you jump off of... Yeah.
Anyway, Super Mario Bros. 2 is different in Japan and the US. And the Japanese version did not do well, or Did it even come to the US, or did
No.
they just think it wouldn't do well because it was too hard?
So Mario was the biggest
Okay,
selling
this
game
one.
for Nintendo, and it was huge, right? It started the revolution after Atari and ET completely bombed. Nintendo came out and had this Nintendo Entertainment System, and Mario was one of the mainstay game of that. And so when you were writing a sequel to that game, they had Super Mario Bros. 2, which is known as SMB2 Japan, which is way harder than the original Super Mario Brothers. Like, I don't think I've ever beaten it. I've never committed to it. And so they basically said the US audience will never play a game this hard. And so we need to come up with a version of Super Mario Brothers 2 that is easier for the American audience. And so what they did is took this game, which is Doki Doki Panic, which wasn't particularly popular. They reskinned it with Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Princess, replaced those 4 characters, and released it, which is why Super Mario Bros. 2 is the bastard child of Mario franchise. It's different in every aspect of the game, and it's because they reskinned a different game. But Eugene loves it.
Because it's easier.
Is that why? You
I
just
think
beat
that's
Mario.
why I got into it.
Yeah.
I really love this feat. So close. I think there's an extra life down here. Might as well grab
Let
it.
me see what the record is on this. I don't actually know. Doki Doki Panic.
I think this is one where there's like 12 people actually have finished it.
Man, a 42-1 payout. Well done.
Oh,
All right, so the record in this is 10 minutes and 51 seconds, also by Cool Kid, who's the record holder in the normal Super Mario Brothers, or the American Super Mario Brothers. The slowest time is 16 minutes and 21 seconds.
I think I'm going for 17 minutes.
Man, that's great, though. You could get on 2 separate leaderboards in one night. So this one, it lacks the speed, right? You can't
You can't,
you can't
and
run.
I'm still pressing the run button.
You hold
because
B, but you can't run.
it's habit.
Yeah. All right, we're also at 10:11. We should probably throw another one of these predictions in there.
How old is my dog?
So, anyone just joining us, I explained this a little bit earlier, but my original guess was supposed to be Jonathan Dennis from the biology department at Florida State University. He studies phenomena like how DNA folds around chromatin and how it packs in the cell. Super interesting, but he had scheduling conflicts, so at the last minute, Eugene DePrince was kind enough to step in and join us on this Wednesday night, which means he had approximately, 12 hours to come up with predictions and factoids. And so one of the byproducts of this is
I don't have any.
the question the question that's showing up right now. It actually takes a while to come up with good predictions. So the question is, how old is Eugene's dog? So you've been at FSU for 8 years now.
Correct.
You had, a 3-year postdoc prior to that?
I did 2 postdocs that were both less than 2 years, so about right, yeah. I got my PhD in October 2009.
And so the question is, how old is Eugene's dog? When did Eugene get his dog? Was it before arriving at FSU or after arriving at FSU as a professor? Throw your guesses in right now. I don't think there's any way you guys can possibly know the answer to this, so throw your guess out there. My expertise in quantum mechanics isn't helping me in this prediction. That is 100% true. We apologize for the specificity
I
of
apologize for nothing.
this. All right, Eugene apologizes for nothing. The question is,
Should
how old is Eugene's dog?
Should we give clues?
No clues. But also no one has guessed and spent a minute.
Can we extend it?
And no, we can't. We can start it over.
I'm slower than the fire!
Is anyone going to throw a guess in there? How old is Eugene's dog? We got one guess at 11. Anyone else? Any opposition? Calm down, Bronco. Gonna play the opposition. We have 10 standard internet units on 11. Oh, I love it.
I thought about going with what kind of dog is he?
That's not any better. Or maybe it is. Maybe they can decipher from what they know about you what kind of dog you own.
Don't you want to know what the answer is?
To what kind of dog you own?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to bias this outcome.
Ugh.
All right, you guys have about 15 seconds. How old is Eugene's dog? Is it 7 years or 11 years? I guess I didn't put units in there. I apologize.
Oh my god. This is so different. They're coming from behind.
Must be using the wrong orbital.
Orbitals aren't real, so that can't be the problem.
Some orbitals are real.
Good point.
They're spherically symmetric. Or dumbbell symmetric. What do you call the p orbital?
It depends on which p orbital.
So it's 1 electron. And this is really weird with only...
I am so slow.
So if you pick them up, they don't go faster?
I don't know. Yeah, this is weird.
All right, how old is Eugene's dog? We have a 1-to-1 vote. Question is 7 years or 11 years?
11.
11 years is a long time for a dog.
He is old.
He's getting up there in age.
He's gonna live forever, though.
I'm sure that's scientifically sound.
You don't own dogs, so you wouldn't understand. I think I can't make it that.
Oh, for this next jump?
Yeah.
I think you get off the tail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Man, without the speed, that's tough.
This game's stupid.
Oh, you have the loading screens. Hope it doesn't freeze. I haven't actually tested this entire game.
Oh god, this is gonna be really bad.
Do you want me to send you this ROM? Do you have this?
I think you sent it to me and basically told me, I don't know if you'll be able to use this.
Because you have to load some kind of thing in the fescue.
Well, I also
folder.
only have the Ubuntu version, so who knows if it'll work.
Oh, Linux.
Oh, Linux.
You're good at some things.
Oh god.
All right, questions, if you have them, throw them in chat. Otherwise, we can ask you questions. Unlimited budget.
Did you know you could die
I did
from
not know
dead
that.
cacti?
From the heads? I did not know that.
Unlimited budget, what would I do?
Unlimited budget, no moral qualms. What would you do?
I do all, let's see, fire all of my students and just sit in my office and program all day.
Just take a paycheck and not have to teach and just program all day?
No, I love my students. I hope you guys are watching. That's kind of a silly question for me because
no, but
I
there's
do programming research.
But there's a computational cost in the things you want to do, right? Like if you didn't have that restriction,
oh sure,
you just do CI singles on everything, and like what would you go after?
Phrase the question. What's the exact question again?
If you had unlimited budget and no moral qualms, what experiment or research would you do?
I get hung up on the moral qualms thing because I don't have any.
I mean, that's fine.
I would design VX gas. I wouldn't.
Interesting take.
Well, like, what else can I do that's morally?
I mean, it doesn't have to be moral.
Then why is that part of the question?
Because if you're a developmental psychologist and you want to breed twins and separate them, that's moral qualms.
Okay.
If you're a theoretician that doesn't care about that necessarily, or I mean, I don't know. You could isolate a bunch of quantum chemists in a room for 20 years and see what they come up with. It's up to you. There's no boundary here.
I think I already gave my answer that I would just sit in a dark room by myself and program all day.
What problem would you go after?
It doesn't even matter as long as what I like is just problem solving. So if I have
so you like the Sudoku aspect of
yes, exactly
what you do.
Exactly.
Like that's what moves you forward. It's not the big problems. It's just big problems are part of the small problems.
I mean, yes.
Or small problems are part of the big problems. I apologize. What is that? Carrying a head? I've never seen this. Did you play this last time?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I beat it. I think I got to the final dude, but I don't think I beat it.
But anyway, anyone just joining us, our guest today is Professor Eugene DePrince. He's an expert in quantum mechanics, all things modeling electrons and small molecules and how they behave and how you do that from fundamental principles. That is what his expertise in. If he had an unlimited budget, he would sit in his office all day doing calculations on these things.
Not doing calculations. I wouldn't even do the calculations. I would just write the code. There we go. More.
Is that's an interesting point of clarification. So what is the difference to the average viewer?
To me, the thing that's interesting about what I do is not the applications. It's developing the theories and developing the software to implement the theories.
So coming up with code that's optimized to do this stuff as efficiently as possible and new ways to do that stuff.
That is a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So we do some applications where we develop GPU codes that use GPUs. And that's fun. It's fun to try to figure out. They're different than normal CPUs. It's fun to try to figure out how to use them correctly. And then you watch your code get 10 times faster. That's awesome. It's fun.
I mean, so this it's something for those of you exploring graduate programs and graduate research groups and what research you want to do, there's a fundamental difference in how people think about problems. And I think Eugene pinpointed one aspect of it. Like, there are people that really like solving problems as efficiently as possible or measuring things as efficiently as possible. And then there's others that attack a very specific problem and want to solve that problem. And it really depends what their goals are and what drives them forward.
Now, all this being said, you told me I had unlimited funds, so this is the scenario where I don't ever have to justify what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. You just get paid, you get your summer salary. You maybe mentor students?
Yeah, sure. If they want to make a Sudoku solver with me, yes. Be happy to.
But, yeah, I mean, it's very different ways to attack a fundamental problem. Like, do you want to do it for the fun of it, or do you want to do it to solve an actual problem? I'm not saying you're not solving problems, but
MGF.
That's not your goal.
MGF.
I don't know what that means.
Magnesium Fluoride.
All right.
Hey, wow, that was a little different than in Mario 2.
I did not notice that. Aesthetically different?
There were fewer clouds to jump across. I was actually concerned about it.
Oh, nice.
That was not... Oh my god, I did it twice.
Beautiful. That was amazing.
All of it
different sound effects, too.
It's so high quality.
I like it.
Same snake.
Same snake, different... Nope, same defense strategy. Is this going to inspire you to pick up this game and try to set a record?
I'm about to set... That was my last life.
Oh, was it? No! I don't think the continue counts on the speed run.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
Okay, well...
this started you over. Oh, my...
Not interested.
You want to start NARC?
I gotta do NARC, right?
It's 10:22. NARC takes about 30 minutes. You're a gamer, so it might take 25.
All right, restart this. I'll do it one more time.
Okay, one more on. Let me flip the disc.
Do your thing. Well,
oh, come on.
I feel like I can't answer any actual questions people ask. So, thanks for having me anyway.
I think you've answered many questions. Oh, I gotta restart the game. Sorry about that. All right. If you have questions for Eugene, throw them in right now while we switch the game so we can flip over the disc and actually play Doki Doki Panic on the Famicom disk system.
Is it time? No, you have to do something.
Yep, I have to do several things. There we go. All right, loading. Let me know when you're going to... What? I got to let it load. Have you guys seen the bizarre Twitter rant about radical left and speedrunning? No, I have not, but I'm very curious.
I am part of the radical
left and
left.
speedrunning. They're tied together, like inherently.
I would like more information, Code Puppy.
That is amazing if that is a real thing. I mean, that's the thing, like the outrage machine that is Twitter and Facebook and everything. One person has to say one stupid thing about, I mean, what did I see recently? Like teaching Latin is racist because somebody said it was. And then there's an outrage machine where everyone gets behind that statement and says, this is all wrong and everyone's doing it wrong. And it just, man, it's such a toxic environment to exist in and to communicate in. I'm very curious how speedrunning ties to the radical left. It's trying to optimize things.
Okay, I have to hit the start button right now. Are you
ready?
1, 2, 3, go.
All right, there we go.
Wait.
I'm really like they're gonna go on the speedrunning. So video gaming communities in general are for the most part pretty toxic, right? Anytime you have a first person shooter or anything where people can communicate, it's always going to be negative, right? They're going to be racist and they're going to be sexist. But speedrunning is one of those things where for the most part the communities are pretty like cooperative and friendly, and like I really love the Mario speedrunning community. They're supportive, they encourage each other, they share information. I just don't know how you can frame that as a negative thing, but I look forward to learning it.
I'm getting angry about it.
Can permit me to link. Can you whisper me the link? And then I'll be able to post it. I honestly don't know enough how to allow you to actually do the links directly.
What's a whisper?
It's a private chat on Twitch. So if you send me it directly, I'm happy to share a link, but I'm very curious how the radical left is tied to speedrunning. This is going to be tragically angering. I mean...
Yes.
The outcome can't go any other direction at this point. Oh, there we go.
Is Calm Down Bronco still here? Are you applying to graduate school now? Yes? Or
Yes.
you applied to 26 last year?
Oh man, I probably should have tested that link before I posted it, but... Oh my god, it's post 1 of 14. I was thinking about why so many of the radical left participate in speedrunning. The reason is the left lacks the work ethic, go fast rather than do it right, and in Petersonian sense, to elevate alternative sexual archetypes in the marketplace.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Wow. I mean, so this is another problem, because this is just one person voicing their random whatever BS, and it's easy for us to get angry and talk about it, but if it's statistically negligible number of people that have this opinion, should this conversation exist, or are we part of the outrage machine? Just throwing that out there. Raging at people who are satirizing him. I mean, that is a very fair thing. Eugene, now that you're leaning back, your head has shrunk. No,
Sorry.
it's okay. I can resize you. Make you a giant.
Oh god.
Sit how you want to sit, and I'll make sure you're not
Well, I wanted to sit
cartoonishly small. You can sit back.
Anyone
like
who's
that.
met me in real life knows that I'm cartoonishly small.
Reese's Pieces, I just like to go fast. Man, there's something super satisfying about speedrunning video games. Like, especially when you hit a difficult move that, you know, it's 1 in 10 chance and you hit it. I love it.
I don't know if that was a Ready Player One
Don't
reference,
even get me started.
I watched that.
You watched Ready Player One again?
I watched it
Oh
like
my
last
God.
weekend.
Has anyone seen Ready Player One? Unrealistic depiction of gaming and the, I don't know, metaverse of people submerging in gaming.
I don't know why you're so angry about that movie.
You know exactly why I'm so angry.
It's a fine movie.
Explain to everyone why I'm so angry.
Because all of the clues were super obvious and yet no one discovered them? Was that not it?
Should I rant about Ready Player One? Seems inappropriate because this is your stream, but...
I'm just sitting here playing a video game.
Ready Player One is just nostalgia exploitation. That is an amazing word. I'm glad that
There's a movie that exists inside all of that exploitation.
Yeah. There's a YouTube series where they show the game developers speedruns of their games, and they are so cool about it. Like, and that's the thing that bothered me most about Ready Player One, is just the underappreciation of what the gaming community has figured out. And so if you haven't seen Ready Player One, spoilers, maybe mute the screen so you don't hear me. But this is, it's basically, there's a series of challenges where if somebody figures out these challenges, they win ownership of this global gaming platform, basically, or this global VR platform. And so the challenges are various things related to video games and the creator of the system's history. And so the first one that they win, they figure out that people have been trying to win this race, but they can't get past King Kong because it's all nostalgia, 1980s movies and TVs and whatnot. And the answer was to drive the car backwards, and then you can do it. And so anyone that's kept track of any speed running of any kind, the idea of testing whether it goes backwards or not is like the thing you do on day one. But the gaming community has figured out if you have 3 subpixels to the left, you can manipulate this. What I'm basically saying is it's just a ridiculous caricature of what the gaming community actually does. That's why I hate it. It doesn't convey the rage I have.
I think you hate fun. That's what
I
you
hate fun. He was the first person. So this is a $1 billion company that people are trying to compete to win access to. And he was the first one to try running backwards. And that is just absolutely absurd. Ninja Physics, welcome back. It's good to have you. We have kind of a physicist on, a quantum physicist. Would you fall under that realm?
Sure.
But he's a chemist who does quantum mechanics, all things quantum calculations, all things fundamental theory, especially quantum computing, which he's breaking into now and learning a lot about.
I know.
And will tell us more about
little about it
after January when you go to that workshop. So yeah, Ninja Physics, welcome back. It's great to have you. We're also doing some speed running tonight. This is the first guest that legitimately has tried to run games fast. And so Eugene actually got me into this by challenging me to Mario. But yeah, it's been a generally good night, I'd say. He set a couple PBs. Speed running by a quantum chemist. What's interesting is it's done both simultaneously. I think your first one was one of the best runs, and then you came back 3 rounds later and pretty good speed run time. He's now the 216th fastest Super Mario Bros. 2 runners.
Ah!
You all right?
Oh god. This is hard. This one's way harder than
I mean,
Super
without
Mario 2.
running, it changes the pacing on everything.
Okay, I kill you. You shoot bullets? What?
But if you have any questions for quantum chemist Eugene DePrince,
I'll totally pay attention to them.
No, you've done a good job answering. I mean, even focusing on gameplay, I've been impressed.
Thanks, Ken.
No problem. I'll write you a letter of recommendation based on your gaming skills. So the heads after you kill it can still kill you?
Yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know.
God. Oh, made it past it.
Work has been absolutely bonkers, so I'm getting Hamsterlicious on so he can ask all the quantum mechanics questions for me. We appreciate that.
Who's Hamsterlicious?
Hamsterlicious. I don't know the relationship. Ninja Physics and Hamsterlicious know each other. Oh, there's Hamsterlicious. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us at Ask a Scientist Gaming. Oh, it's husband and wife related. So, yeah. But mainstays of the channel, Ask a Scientist Gaming. Thank you for coming back. It's always a pleasure to have you. Tonight, Eugene DePrince is actually taking the place. We were supposed to have Jonathan Dennis on, but scheduling conflict, he couldn't come and talk about DNA and chromatin binding. So Eugene, at the last minute, literally yesterday, agreed to come on the channel. So thank you, Eugene, for joining us. And it's been a productive night in terms of gameplay, despite you not playing in several months. Oh, you speed stratted. I respect that. Commit to the gameplay.
It was a mistake.
So yeah, if you have any quantum mechanics questions, Eugene is happy to answer them, particularly relating to orbitals, which he hates.
So I don't want to distract from everything you were just saying, but one of the confusing things about this game is that you don't shrink, so I keep forgetting that I...
Oh, you only have one hit?
Yeah.
That's interesting. They don't have a cinematic or a sprite for small. Hamsterlicious, thank you for the tier 3 sub to Ninja Physics. We always appreciate your support. It pays for beer money, and we really... we love when you guys show up and ask questions because it's always fun for all of us. Also, enjoy your emotes. You get the, we don't use enough of the shut up and take our standard internet units or our OSHA emotes. So throw those in chat when it's appropriate.
I heard Florida's trying to leave OSHA. Is this true?
Is that real?
I thought I heard that. Maybe
Wow.
I was spreading.
Is that an
rumors.
option that you can do?
It has to do with COVID stuff. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I misheard the radio this morning.
Cuddle Puppy brings up an important point, and a counter to your critique of you don't shrink in size. It would be rough living in a universe where you shrink to half your height when you get injured. I mean, twist an ankle, shrink.
Yes, that's true. But you can still jump the same height.
No, that's true. It doesn't inhibit anything. In the original, no. In one of the Marios, it changes your hitbox quite a bit, but that is a fair critique of Mario Universe physics. Is it really trying to leave OSHA? Is that even an option? Because federal agencies mandate certain safeties, right?
Yeah. Now I want to stop talking about this because I feel like
No, if this is real, it's something we need to discuss because that is crazy, but not surprising. Welcome to Florida.
Florida apparently is trying to leave OSHA. That's wild. Is that based on what I just said, or did you fact check me?
I don't know. Alex, if you have more information than us, please feel free to share it. I mean, how do you do that? I mean, OSHA it's part of federal grants, right? You have to have a certain safety restriction to get federal funding. I don't know if it's mandatory. Like health or insurance programs are based on OSHA compliance. Like, it's crazy. I mean, Alex, feel free to share the link in chat if you can.
Oh, I almost ran off the world.
So we're at 10:35. How far are you in this game?
I got probably 8 minutes left. I don't know.
Oh, that's not bad. I'll do one more beer.
You're not driving?
That's true. I look forward to a time when COVID's over and I can pay for your Uber rides home. Especially Eugene.
Dude, I live
like 3 minutes away. It's pretty amazing. You should tell them the story of where you used to live.
I used to live so far from FSU. You guys distracted me again. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, I gotta build my little safety wall and then I can pay attention again. I used to live, ever since I got my PhD, this is a long story. Ever since I got my PhD, I had a 45-minute commute. I had a 45-minute commute in Chicago to Argonne National Lab. And then I had a 45-minute commute in Decatur, Georgia to Georgia Tech. And then I moved to Florida to FSU, and I had a 45-minute commute from like 15 miles north of campus to campus. And I thought that was completely normal because I'd always had a 45-minute commute. And then 6 years after living here, I moved closer. I'm 5 miles from campus now. It takes 20 minutes. I can run to campus. It's amazing. And every day, basically, Ken would make fun of me for living so far from campus. Now we can't because we live the same distance. It's a really good story.
$5 miles. Oh, Ninja Physics redeemed. Take a drink. Hamsterlicious redeemed. Take a drink. Cheers. Eugene, thank you for coming on, especially at the last minute. I really appreciate it. Ninja Physics and Hamsterlicious, thank you for joining us, spending your standard internet units. Speaking of which, we should do one of these predictions. Which one do you want? Carbon
What's left?
Or more stable?
This is also crazy. That was, there were differences there. Anybody who pays attention. God damn it.
Too many beers to play
Yes,
Doki
5 miles
Doki
is a
Panic.
doable walk. I like to run, so I've run to campus quite a few times. Since the pandemic, I haven't ventured back to the showers at the gym, so I haven't really run as much lately, because anytime I do, I don't shower, and then I'm, like, disgusting, clearly.
I mean, if you go early enough, there's no one there.
There's a new app you have to download. I just haven't done that. It's like a stupid technical thing. That's literally the only reason.
It's not bad. So I bike to work, and I'm about 5 miles away. Takes me between 17 and 20 minutes, which is pretty amazing.
That's crazy. That's like how long it takes to drive.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, I do it at 5:30 in the morning, so rage. So we're in Florida. We might have to get rid of our OSHA emote if they actually abandon OSHA
That's
relationships.
Really
That's crazy if that's real. I mean, OSHA can be frustrating. Oh.
Do I have any more? Do I have any more? Last one.
Last guy. Here it is. All or nothing. Then we're on the NARC.
Ken, I don't think I'm leaving.
You're not leaving? What do you mean?
No, I'm staying here until I beat this.
Setting a record? Article I randomly found. Who's pushing for this? I will read that at some point. Man, it is just breathtaking. Florida man strikes again.
Run faster!
Wait, which prediction do you want? I'll throw one in there. More stable or... Well, more stable sodium fluoride or diamond versus graphite?
Sodium fluoride.
Sodium fluoride. So this is an interesting one. If you're taking general chemistry, this one might be interesting. This one is near and dear to Eugene's heart, so we're going to throw it in.
Not really that near.
It's pretty near and dear.
Do not mock me.
It is nearer and dearer to your heart than it is to mine. Do you want to frame this question at all?
No, not really.
So what's more stable, sodium fluoride or sodium fluoride minus? And so this is kind of a weird question. Sodium fluoride is isoelectronic for the most part with sodium chloride, which is table salt. But sodium fluoride is somewhat unique in that it's different. Fluoride is different than chlorine. And so it's doing something slightly different here.
So sodium wants to be sodium plus, fluorine wants to be fluorine minus. So makes sense. Sodium fluoride seems like a nice stable thing. So is sodium, if you add an electron, is that more stable or less stable than neutral sodium fluoride? Is this even a glitch in this game that I'm trying to do? Do you know?
I don't know if you can do it in this one, actually. I don't know if it exists or not.
Oh, Cuddle Puppy. What's up, dog?
Is that an actual question? The up dog interpretation. That is perfect. All right. What's more stable, sodium fluoride or sodium fluoride minus? Is it more stable or less stable with an electron? Throw your guesses in there right now. Nothing much. What's up with you? Got him.
I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes. My hand hurts so much. I got Space Invader fingers.
All right. Cuddle Puppy, remember when anti-vaxxers were exclusively left-wing? That is pretty crazy how that just diametrically flipped and anti-vaxxers turned to right-wing. It's pretty breathtaking how that unfolds.
Is there a trick to clip into the wall?
I don't know if it can be done in this. I honestly don't know.
Well, I don't know how to beat the game.
You don't...
Oh, there we go.
It can be done. Look at that. We did it. Nothing much. What's up with you?
Have you ever pulled off an up dog in a group meeting or anything like that?
No, I've never tried. You've done that?
No, I've heard tales that it could be done.
During a really intensive moment discussing something, this looks like an up dog. What's up, dog?
Put it on your slides. It's the real hero.
Oh, do you present slides at group meetings?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice shot. I pulled it off in my divorce hearings. That merits a slow clap. Worth it. I mean, sure, you lost custody in the house, but it's fine. The joke was there. It was spent. All right, Eugene, are you ready?
Yeah,
You ready for this? So you have never played NARC before.
that is correct.
You are aware it's a mainstay.
And I'm going in with a damaged...
You are aware it's near and dear to my heart.
Where are my sleeves?
Still don't know why my wife left me. It's because you didn't have enough updog jokes. It is NARC time, ladies and gentlemen.
How do you reset the
Eugene
timer?
is going to play this for the first time ever. He's aware of the game. He's going to commit to speedrunning because that's what we do. We compete in games. Let's do it. Ready?
I'm trying to make a joke, but I can't remember. What's the name of the movie where the guy plays Mario 3 for the first time and you're like, knows all the secrets?
The Wizard.
Yeah. Have you ever seen The Wizard?
You're going to wizard NARC.
Wizard this.
You're going to glitch this. You're going to beat a 9-minute and 23-second time.
Do you really have the #1 time?
I have the #1 time. I'm the world record holder in this
impressive.
game. And Colin and I, my brother's visiting for the next couple weeks. We're actually trying to do the 2-player record in NARC. So, all right, let's do it. I love the Power Glove. It is so bad. So I'm also the moderator of NARC, so I could generate a Power Glove based speedrun category for NARC if you're interested.
You're the moderator for NARC?
Yeah.
Why?
It's kind of a dead game. The previous moderator hadn't addressed my time in like 3 months.
So you moderated your own time?
So I can apply to become moderator.
That time is not valid.
Double check me. Somebody watch the footage. Go. Start. All right. Let's go max power.
Okay. This is a...
All right. Hamsterlicious has an actual question. I'm particularly interested in the foundation of quantum mechanics, so I have to ask an interpretation question. Do you prefer the Copenhagen interpretation, or do you have another preferred interpretation, such as de Broglie-Bohm or many worlds approach?
I don't even know what de Broglie-Bohm is, so I'm going to go with Copenhagen interpretation.
So explain the Copenhagen interpretation to the audience.
What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to go in that door?
Yep.
Okay, stop shooting me.
You can also shoot things if you so choose.
Oh!
So if you hold A, it shoots bullets. If you tap A, it shoots rockets.
Can you stop? Can these guys stop shooting me?
No, they will keep
So
coming.
my understanding of the Copenhagen interpretation is you have a wave function, and did I just lose?
No, keep going. You have infinite lives.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you don't have infinite lives.
Safe.
Wait, let me see. I'm going to put cheats on. I apologize. I might have been playing this the other day.
Die, dog.
All right, there you go. Now you have infinite lives, infinite bullets, infinite rockets. Anyway, Copenhagen.
Yeah, so you have a wave function. So one of the things about quantum mechanics is you can never know unless you're unless there's very specific circumstances, you can't know what state you're in. So you have to. I know. I just wanted to kill those guys. Die, guy. You can't know what state you're in, so you have to take a measurement to actually know what the energy of the system is. All you can know before taking a measurement is a probability for you being in a specific state. I want the money.
Do you want me to stop and instruct you on where to go?
Insert card. Yes. I would have just stayed there for literally forever.
He's personally offended by me suggesting where he should go.
I'm still going to beat your time.
You have already lost about 30 seconds.
Anyway, my understanding of the Copenhagen interpretation is that once you take a measurement, that means you collapse the wave function to a... What just happened?
You got hit with a syringe.
So am I addicted to drugs now?
I mean, it took some of your health away.
Okay, anyway, once you take a measurement, then the wave function collapses to a specific state, and then you're in that state. And that's perfectly fine with me, sure. I like the Copenhagen interpretation. Many worlds has something to do with you take a measurement and then like the universe splits
Yeah.
into all the different possibilities that there could have been.
So Schrodinger cat is alive in one universe and dead in another, and it splits every single... I mean,
Loki.
The number of universes that would have to exist for that to be real is just astronomical.
It's Avogadro's number.
It's at least Avogadro's number.
What am I going to go in that?
I like how the syringe throwers care about public health, so they wear latex gloves. That's a good point. They may be leather gloves. We don't know. The graphics need to be upgraded. I demand a re-release of this.
You know, what system is this? Nintendo?
Yep.
I played a game called River Raid on Atari, and the graphics were better than this.
Do you want to play River Raid? I can find you River Raid next time. I think Eugene's going to be my default guest anytime anyone bails 3 days before the stream.
I'm glad that I will never be an actual guest.
I mean,
Go away, dog. Die.
Squat. So if you hold B, you squat, and you can shoot the dog.
I can turn him into a dog fetus.
Yep.
Oh, he jumps too?
Yep. If you tap B, well,
I have to go to the exit.
This is underappreciated.
Did I get the blue card?
I don't know if you got it.
I did. Woohoo.
So I don't know if I really appreciate this about this game. If you hold A, it's bullets. If you tap A, it's rockets. If you hold B, it's squat. If you tap B, it's jump. So they turned 4 controls into it. They're OSHA compliant. Well, clearly they're not in Florida. So what was the other interpretation here? It was the
something bomb.
de Broglie bomb.
What's the de Broglie bomb interpretation?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up. I'm very curious.
If I don't know it, it's not right.
This is Alex Rob's favorite part. Alex, you ready for clipping this? You get to drive a car.
Yeah, and I'm going to run into a wall.
Well, now you've ruined it.
Well, I just know that there's the clip of you and Aaron, and you say, you're about to hit a wall. I mean, it's the wall. You do that to every guest?
No, I don't. Alex loves it, though. He really loves when people run into the wall.
Can I get in this thing? Squat, 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 squat. Jump.
It postulates an actual configuration of particle exists.
That took like 2 seconds.
Even when unobserved.
What? Postulates what now?
It postulates an actual configuration.
Are these bombs?
Yes.
Should I step on this?
What? No, don't step on those. Those are bombs. Might stop. Listen to this. It also postulates an actual configuration of particles exist even when unobserved.
I don't get it.
Evolution wave function. This is maybe beyond me. The theory is deterministic. That's interesting. The velocity of any one particle depends on the value of the guiding equation, which depends on the configuration of all particles under consideration. Wait. Jump B, tap B.
Well, that was easy.
I did prefer Many Worlds interpretation for years. However, I'm starting to transition to slightly more practical interpretations. But I'm not quite sold on Copenhagen, although I don't suppose I'll ever truly be convinced by a single interpretation. I mean, that's fair. Because, I mean, they're all speculative because none of them are testable, right? That's the fundamental problem with all these interpretations.
I did tunnel through the wall.
So de Broglie bomb interpretation is completely deterministic. Man, this is one of those that I wrestled with when I was younger, because it was like this question of free will, right? Like, do we have free will?
No.
And a deterministic reality says no, but also a probabilistic reality says no, because you're not making those decisions. Those decisions are outside your control. So free will doesn't exist, and that's what I think most of the interpretations say. But to each his own.
So it's not my fault that I don't beat your time.
True.
Because I don't have free will.
It's true, absolutely true.
I will jump in this car.
Okay, stay low, then go up a little bit, and I'm gonna try to coach you. Slow down, go down, stay down, stay down.
Oh, there's a bomb there. Ah.
Those bombs are random, by the way. All right, stay down and run fast. You are gonna be the first one to run this car all the way to the end.
Woo.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Take that, Alex Robb. Your cynicism is not wanted here.
Jerk.
No, it's the end. Jump.
Oh, I tunneled through it. Yes.
There you go.
Nightclub.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eugene DePrince rode the car longer than anyone that has played this game on stream.
With no help.
Yes, other than me. So congratulations.
I have to protect the innocent. Okay.
And yeah, fight the murder clowns.
Ow, get off me.
GG indeed. We're also going to give you a Carl Sagan on that, because it was brilliant.
What?
The Broglie interpretation. You want me to send you this link? Do you want to read about this?
Yeah, sure.
Next time Eugene is on, he will answer this question.
No, that's
like, I really
correct. Don't commit me.
I'm going to commit you to that. I would love a deterministic reality because it's much more comforting than the one that's random.
It's not random.
It's random-ish. It's probabilistic.
I guess.
Albert Eugene DePrince. There we go. All right. You have been emailed the de Broglie bomb theory.
Am I out of
quantum
bombs
mechanics.
or something? Why doesn't this work?
No.
Oh, wow. I can just hold it down?
Yes.
That's even better.
Go in that door.
Okay.
I think I'm trying to mess with you. That's where the card is. I love it.
This is great. Now I can just shoot these guys. Wow, these are tough dudes.
Man.
We started watching Sopranos.
Yeah. So go through the door, but don't hold up. Ooh, Hamsterlicious.
Go away.
Is a big one. All theories have axioms, which can never be proved within the context of the theory.
What'd you say? Go in there, but don't press up. What?
Yeah, you went back in there, so you don't want to go back in there. So go all the way to the right, up the door, but don't go back in the door. All theories have axioms, which can never be proved within the context of the theory. Gödel's incompleteness theorem. I agree. So in a way, no theory could ever be 100% certain be proved as true.
I have to interrupt you. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Go left, that card, right there. With quantum mechanics, it seems to boil down to which theory has fewest hard-to-swallow weird predictions. Fair. As far as I understand it, Copenhagen can't be defined exactly what a measurement is or when it occurs. With many worlds, it's like Dr. DePrince said, when a measurement is made, the wave function splits into an entire universe. I mean, that's one thing. So I review at least 4 papers a month for peer review journals, and most of the papers aren't related to quantum mechanics or anything fundamental in nature, but I literally have a copy and paste portion of text that says something along the lines as, I strongly encourage the authors to eliminate the use of proved or proofed or anything like that, because you don't ever get to prove anything in science. And it's because the axioms aren't known. And you can prove things in philosophy, you can prove things in mathematics, but you cannot prove it in sciences because the axioms aren't known. We're trying to figure out the axioms, and it's impossible to know. And so you're going to go left, and you want to shoot that guy when he's close to you. So not off the screen like that, but when he's close.
Right.
And it's weird, you got the green card.
Woohoo!
So proximity dictates when that green card drops. I don't know how it works, but there it goes. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That's why when I review papers, I abolish the use of word proof or proved or anything related to that. And my students can testify to that. It's one of my diatribes, and in qualifying exams, I harp on students if they say this experiment proved X, Y, and Z.
I'm very good.
You get murdered by clowns, shot by syringes, run over by cars. It's just like the real world.
This is
an excellent game.
Is gonna change the way I vote.
Elaborate, please.
This is the world we live in.
I mean,
being difficult. I got hit by a car.
Isn't that just an interpretation of Occam's razor? Yeah, that's fair. So Occam's razor is the explanation with the least number of assumptions is most likely the correct one. I mean, many worlds is only one assumption, right? So do you spend time thinking about this, or do you? You're comfortable in your unknowing.
I'm totally comfortable saying I am a macroscopic being. I understand the macroscopic world, and I don't understand the quantum mechanics.
But you live in the quantum mechanic world in your research.
Yeah, and I know how the calculations work. I know how to interpret the calculations. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not. It makes me sad now that I apparently am not curious enough.
No, but I mean that's. I mean, it's a philosophical foundation, right? Like, what level of knowledge discomfort do you have, and what are you okay with? I don't know. I won't place judgment on it. I really don't. I'm so discomforted by what quantum mechanics suggests and what it says that I can't
why are you
exist in that word. Like, so two-slit experiment, right? So if you're not watching, it's a wave. If you're watching, it's a particle. If you do the measurement and then watch afterwards, it's particle behavior after you've done the experiment.
So I guess that's the Copenhagen version. Yeah.
But that's the physical reality, right? Even if you watch it after it goes through the slit, it behaves like a particle.
I want to kill the people.
Okay. There's a lot of killing ahead of you, particularly the boss that looks something like this. But I have a hard time wrestling with that. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's something about the inability to envision these physical processes in my head. Like, I can envision spin orbit coupling. Like, if you have molecules in a singlet state, I can envision
spin?
them.
How can you?
Well, so you can do the classical analogy where you have somebody with a bicycle wheel in their hands and they're sitting on a chair that can spin, right? And so if you flip the bicycle wheel, you rotate on that axis. So you can translate electronic spin to an orbital or wave spin, right? And that's okay in my brain. It's not accurate, but it's okay. Does that make sense?
Clown killed me.
Makes as much sense. And I'm okay with that. I can envision an electron going from one place to another. I can envision energy transferring. All of that is okay with me. But I'm really struggling with the quantum information sciences because it doesn't make classical sense and my brain struggles to process it. But I'm glad people can do it. So Hamsterlicious, I'm glad I'm not the only one wrestling with these questions because it's discomforting to some extent. Are you ready? So have you watched this? Have you seen these guys?
Which guys? The end guy?
Yep.
I watched you the first time.
You hosted. Yeah. Eugene was host when I was playing this game, actually.
And
that's
you fought him for like 20 minutes before you figured out how to...
Needless to say, I've gotten better at fighting.
Yes. Die, dogs.
Quote of the night, die dogs.
Die, dogs. Turn into fetuses. They get small. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man. Oh, we didn't choose the outcome. Sodium fluoride or sodium fluoride anion. So
Does anyone care to guess?
We have a 1 versus 1. Who's going to win this?
The anion is more stable.
Sodium
in
fluoride
the gas phase.
Things get weird when they get small is the better quote of the night. All right, you got to shoot the wheelchair guy with a rocket. Also a great quote of the night. Shoot the wheelchair guy with a rocket. So if you hold both buttons down, you can shoot the dogs pretty easily. Yeah, there you go. And then you got to tap A to shoot him with it. Yep.
He's so fast.
Yeah. Well, he's a mobile wheelchair guy. Wait till the next boss. I think at some point you really do have to take the shut up and calculate approach.
Man, I'm in.
The predominant approach to interpretation issues has been to not ask certain questions because conceptual difficulties for certain questions have almost no bearing or on making predictive progress for the most part. Which is, I mean, yeah, you can make progress without actually understanding or, like, I don't know, conceptualizing.
Wait, time out. I shot the guy. Where's the card?
Oh, you have to shoot him 3 times.
What?
Yeah.
Tap it.
So you have to tap. It's like a 3-frame tap. Colin's actually reverse engineering this game. He's figuring out how it actually runs, which is kind of crazy. But every now and again, the foundational questions can be as important as the predictive ones. It seems impossible to tell when that is. I agree. And I'm really glad there are people that understand this well enough to ask both questions. Are you going to lose sleep tonight over some of these?
No, I'm just trying to kill the wheelchair guy.
Nice. All right, Inchworm, that's your second hit. So my major contribution to this speedrun is if you despawn the Inchworm off the left side of the screen, it breaks the respawn cycle and makes it faster. That's how I broke the record, is figuring that out through trial and error and scientific method. So I'm genuinely proud of that contribution to the speedrunning community.
It's science.
If I ever did Games Done Quick, I would explain to the audience how we figured that out.
Bust.
Yeah, still going at it. Yes, we are. Welcome back, Texas Space Agency. We are almost closing out NARC. He's about to approach the final
Gold
boss.
card.
We're at 11:02. You're at 17 minutes and 44 seconds.
Gone over.
I got to look at the times for our guests. I think the average time is like 25 to 30 minutes.
So
you
even
might
though I'm
beat
terrible, I'm doing pretty well.
Depends. So heads up, you have to jump and shoot him in the glasses. So you have to do a jump rocket. So tap B and then tap A in the air. And I recommend doing it at the top of the screen.
Did I do it?
Mm-mm. You'll see his sunglasses fall off.
Dude, get off of me.
Man, this is very frustrating. So it's jank. It depends on the position and where you are. It's even worse with 2 players is what I learned recently. So tap A when you're like at peak.
Okay.
And if you're top of the screen, you can still do this shot. But anyway, we're at 11:03. Eugene is playing the final bosses. If you have any last-minute questions for theoretical chemist Eugene DePrince, quantum mechanics, quantum calculations, orbitals, throw them in chat right now. He's happy to answer them because he has at least 20 minutes left.
I'm so angry.
Let me know if you want me to intervene on this first shot.
I don't understand. No, I don't want you to intervene.
You got this?
Yeah. No.
Will it blend?
I don't know what that means.
You don't remember Will It Blend? It was a early YouTube channel. Well, early. I mean, 2010s YouTube channel where they had like an industrial blender and they'd put things like cell phones in there. And I don't even remember what else, but it was a very,
How do I
very
get away?
popular
I just
channel.
want to get away from the guy.
So stay at the top where the tongue can't get you.
Okay.
Turn back, jump, rocket.
Tap. Tap.
3 frames.
That's a squat. I want to jump. Jump. Okay.
There you go.
Jump.
Yep.
Jump.
Jump and rocket when you're at the top.
Jump.
Will it
Jump.
blend? The answer is yes. There are so many deviations, like the hydraulic press channel. I mean, it seems like destruction in general is just a popular thing.
Hey, for real.
Hmm.
Why doesn't the...
There
Okay.
you go. There you go. You just got to time that up. Too long. Oh, you were close on that one. The
It was
rhythm
like
was
8
right.
feet above his head.
I mean, I really appreciate that. You find like some niche audience like will it blend and will it, get crushed or will it explode? And it is huge. You can make a living. You can make $1 million off of some niche audience like that. I could buy some industrial machine and start a YouTube channel. But I mean, it's so much luck, right? And finding the right audience and gaining viewership. And I don't know. It's tough.
I hate you in this game.
Texas Space Agency, what do you drive?
I drive a 2007 Toyota Camry.
We should have made that a prediction. What does Eugene drive?
It's a sweet ride.
Toyota Camry, a Mustang. Luck, there's a channel at a stop sign. Yeah, but there's probably 20 channels of stop signs, and one of them hit it big. A 2021 Hummer. You have any interest in driving a Hummer?
No.
Do they still sell Hummers? Is that a popular thing? I mean, it was popular in what, 2010s? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger had like 10 of them.
Like, why are you telling me to do it at the top of the jump?
I mean,
About 8 feet over his
on
head.
the way down. Yeah. 2007. Most folks don't even keep a spouse that long.
I actually inherited it from my parents.
Hmm.
They thought my car was too small when I had a kid.
Looking forward to making enough money for an electric vehicle. My wife and I
heck
really
yeah.
wanted to hold out for an electric vehicle. Like, we wanted our next car to be a solar-powered, self-driving car. And I mean, we're 5 years away from that? Something. I mean, it's not that off the wall. But then she left the door open on the car and mold grew inside of it. And so we abandoned our old car and we got a new one. So here's to hoping they come out soon so our next generation can actually be that. Like, my daughters are 5 and 2. I'm really hoping they don't ever have to learn how to drive a car. Mold is no bueno, exactly. Like, the cost of replacing it or treating that, because you have to have specialty masks and treatments. Eugene, do you want me to kill the glasses?
Yes.
Ooh, that was close. That was really close. The timing was good. Your A was too long. Toyota's about to drop 16 electric vehicle models over the next few years. That is really exciting.
I don't even know the timing to shoot.
So just do rockets. You're holding too long. It's like the 3-frame jump on 1, 2. Yeah.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah. It's just shorter than your normal tap. Man, how nice would it be to a self-driving electric vehicle?
How many times do I have to shoot him in the face?
Texas Space Agency. But I love V8s and turbochargers. So my graduate or advisor is Mark Thompson at University of Southern California and works on OLEDs and organic electronics. At one point he brought up, like, if you're into super fast cars, the fastest thing you could do is basically make a supercapacitor inside a car that releases all that energy instantaneously. And so a supercapacitor in a car would be much faster than a combustion engine. Like, imagine those Hot Wheels. You remember those like mounts that you put the car in and you pump a button and something and then release it and it flies off? The fastest cars on Earth would be supercapacitors releasing all that energy instantaneously. So electric vehicles can be faster than standard cars, but not on a normal driving circumstance. And I thought that was hilarious. Like, imagine like real size cars. Oh, you got it. Now shoot rockets at his face.
Oh, just shoot him?
Yep. Nice.
Get off of me, dude.
Sorry, I was engaged. Yeah, electric vehicles, combustion is not a fast process, right? Okay, so now it's bullets at his spine, but you have to do it at weird positions. You can't do it at the top of the screen. So hold A, and you can only shoot him from this side. So move up and down. It's jank as hell. But the visceral sensation of big V8s and I love my skinny boy wines, that's fair. I have an ICE standard transmission right now and I love the way it drives because it can control the torque. Yeah. I mean, it's fair. It's one of those weird things, like there is something to be said about the experience of driving a car, and if cars are self-driving, I mean, what do you do with those? I don't know. Oh, there you go. So you have to shoot them from the right side. Yep, so move up a little bit and shoot back. Turbo whistle is fun. I don't know what that is. Eugene has lost all focus for anything other than beating this boss. So feel free to ask your questions to Eugene DePrince. He doesn't know what's going on. He's trying to beat the spine boss.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
But you're doing it on your own. Like, you're doing it your own way. I respect that.
I can't shoot him from this side?
I've never been able to break one of the vertebrae from this side. Like, you can see it. It's like it doesn't hit the hitbox at all. Got it. What? He did it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, keep going. You're not done. Because you have everyone's favorite level. Anyone want to put the name of this level in chat? It's almost there. He's got one more.
Seriously? I'm not done yet?
Oh, this is the most important level of the game.
Insert gold card.
It's a high-pitched sound that the turbocharger makes that's spinning faster than Newton in his grave.
So I just have to collect gold?
Yep.
All of them?
So this is... No, you don't have to collect any of them, actually. This is civil forfeiture of the level.
I want it all!
You're stealing gold.
Yes.
And you're going to use this to do something. 2642. Civil forfeiture of the level. Yes. If anyone speedruns this, that's what name you need on this particular category. It's about 15 seconds long. There you go. You got a whole lot of gold. All right. You can put your initials, or you can put ass.
I'll go with that.
Ass doubles your score. Totally up to you. 2642, not bad. Most guests, I have to intervene on the shooting the glasses off, so you did something great.
I'm way better than Rhett.
Feel like you achieved something tonight?
No.
No?
Well, no.
No, you did.
I did.
Mario 2. I'm going to cut those clips. I'm going to give you a speed run.
The best thing about this is you are going to do the cutting.
It's not hard. I'll give you... So we'll put up the YouTube video with Eugene DePrince, the full 3 hours, but we'll also have one with Eugene DePrince breaking his personal best in Super Mario 2. Cheers, Ninja Physics. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure always to have you. Cheers. All right. It's 11:12. We've taken enough of your time, Eugene. Thank you again for filling in the last minute. It's always a pleasure. Everyone in the audience, we really enjoy your questions. Thank you for swinging by. It is great.
Put this one on.
Speedrun would give
Oh
you,
well.
no, it's
I have
Game
cheat
Genie.
codes, huh?
Yeah, if it was deathless, this would get you on the almost top
I died
10
about
list.
400 times.
You need to start speedrunning NARC.
No.
Challenge me.
That game is
I will
not
teach
fun
you.
or interesting in any way. Am I wrong?
I
I'm
fundamentally
sorry.
disagree.
I didn't mean to make
I fundamentally
such
disagree.
a controversial statement.
All right. We'll close with that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for swinging by. Again, Eugene, thank you very much for coming by on short-term notice and coming up with some predictions that were a lot of fun. Any parting words for the audience?
No.
Anticlimactic. If anyone has suggestions on people we can raid, put them in chat right now. Yeah, we always look forward to science or whatever. We're happy to send it elsewhere. But yeah, Eugene, thank you for stopping by.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
If you guys are interested, come back in 2 weeks. We'll have Ryan Baumbach, who's actually works at the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory, works on things like studying superconducting materials and understanding how they behave and how to make them better. So come back. He's a combination of material science, engineering, and physics. So it should be pretty fun discussion. Hamsterlicious, thank you for the 100 bits. Again, it's always a pleasure to have you. Cuddle Puppy says, raid Ask a Snake Oil Salesman Gaming. I hope that's real. If it's not real, I'm going to be super disappointed. But again, thank you everyone for swinging by. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks on Wednesday night. Yeah, until then, it's been a pleasure.